Good day, everyone. Good day. What's up, Anya Bracy? Yeah. Tezzy Cade. Good to see you. What's good? Good day. Good to see you. You know how we like to start this show. When I say good day, I want you to say it back because I can feel the energy. I can feel the love. And it gets me going. It's provocative. I feel it. Hey, baby, can you make me some more coffee, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you, sweetheart. You are one of the best daughters in the world. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Who told you that?
Nobody.
Hmm. Make sure you add the agave for me. Stir it up. Barry White, good day. Good to see you. Let me get some water. Yesterday was very interesting. We got through a nice, beautiful day. Hopefully, I got y'all through y'all work day yesterday. Hopefully, y'all appreciate the show. You know, hitting the like button, hitting the share button. That's the only way we're gonna be able to build this thing. That's the only way we're gonna continue to build this thing. It's by y'all hitting the like button, hitting the share button. Shout out what? With the early. That is my girl with the beautiful Tourette's. Shout out to my girl, Barry White.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to my girl, Barry White with the early tip. She says, here is for Wednesday's live. She is tipping her host early and often. I appreciate you always. I appreciate everybody that is supporting the show. You see how much energy it gives me? You see how much energy it gives me? That's right. That's just $1. Yeah, that's right. And you can give me that same energy. Bring it on. The devil is a liar. Who out there lying, Barry White? The devil is. I do agree. Thank you for supporting the show. I really do appreciate it. No diggity, no doubt. Show my age with that song. No diggity, no doubt. And yesterday was good. We got down to some things. We screamed at each other. We yelled at each other. We laughed with each other. We did not cry yesterday. Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. We did not cry with each other yesterday. And we just got through some difficult conversations. It was a little bit lighter yesterday, I believe. I believe it was a little bit lighter yesterday. Yeah, I think so. What's today? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Today is Wednesday. Happy Hump Wednesday. And also today is also Valentine's Day too, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Hump Day on a hump day.
And it's your dog's birthday.
And it's my dog's birthday as well. I don't know what I'm going to do for her. Maybe I'll go get her a pup cup. Do they celebrate today? I have no idea. I do not celebrate Valentine's Day because I love my woman all year long. So I do not need to have a special day for the world to tell me when to celebrate. So no, absolutely, I do not go out of hand and celebrate Valentine's Day. I always have fresh flowers in the house every week. We go buy, well, you know, the wife go buy fresh flowers every week. She buy herself some flowers. So there's no need for me to go buy a special thing of roses on Valentine's Day. There's no need for me to show that I love my woman on Valentine's Day because she know I show it every single day. So the way how I work it, if I'm with a person, I would tell them, listen, if you want me to celebrate Valentine's Day, then the other 364 days, don't look for no goddamn love because I gave it to you all on the 14th of February. Sit. Either get 365 or you get one day. It's your choice. It's up to you. But me, no. I'm not going to just celebrate one day. I don't need one day to prove to you that I love you. Are you crazy? What books are over there under the TV, fam? It's a lot of different books over there. I got this book called Influence. I got this book called Persuasion. I got the 40 Laws of Power. I got the Laws of Mastery, the Laws of Seduction, the Laws of Being a Human, The Alchemist. Me and you both have the same book, the one that you are doing for the book club. I forgot the name of it right now. But the book that you're actually doing for the kids in the book club, I got that book. I got all iterations of that book because I believe it's a 4-part book. So I got all 4 parts of that book. Also, we do got some kids books over there as well. We also got some Russian books, some that you probably can't understand. We also got different languages. The Concrete Rose. A couple of my friends are authors, so I got a couple of they books as well. Malcolm X, the story of Malcolm X. What else I could see? Got some cookbooks. So yeah, I got a good range of things. Yeah, The Alchemist is a real interesting book as always. It's always good to read some of the classics. You know what I'm saying? So those are a few of the books that I have over there that I can remember offhand. I'm still that last Robert Greene book, the Understanding Humans. That one is. I got a lot of Scrum books over there as well. Yes, thank you, babe. I got a lot of Scrum books. Most of my books is The Richest Man in Babylon. I do have that book as well. I have that book over there as well too, Chicago. Yeah, I also got The Secret. I got all of those. The Secret. I don't know if you know that. Also with fun books that's just like nothing to do in anything, just novel type books. I got The Power of Four. I don't know if you ever read that book. It's really good. The author really did a good job. So I like really good authors as well. So, but for the most part, the books that I read is going to be something towards self-help, something that's going to help me make $1 or $2. Good day, Princess Carrie. Happy Valentine's Day to you as well. You feel what I'm saying, Chicago Rigger? So most of the time, I'm going to have something that's going to help me out. Yeah, The Secret do have a lot of interesting thoughts in it for sure, without a doubt. It does. When I read that book a long time ago too. That book is very old for me too. I read it very long ago, and it definitely helped me change my thought patterns. It definitely does. It definitely does. I really appreciate it. What's Rose? We have that too. I also got J Mar. What is good? Yeah, this is the Valentine's Day edition. It's good to see you here, cuz. What else? Oh, I also got what is the name of that goddamn book? It was really funny. Also got Kevin Hart's book. I believe we got Michelle Obama's book, Will Smith book. What else? Trying to think. The Art of Not Giving a Fuck, Part 1 and Part 2. Those are also really good books. Chicago Rilla. The Art of Not Giving the Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. He's also the author of the Will Smith book as well. He is funny. Will Smith book was good. Kevin Hart book was fucking hilarious. I can't even lie. I was like reading his stand-up. I also got Charlemagne's, both of his books as well. I did not like the second one, but the first one was good. Good day, Robin M. Happy Valentine's Day. So, you know, we definitely be reading over here. We read more than we watch TV, for sure. It's just that the littlest one, she makes it very difficult for us to read on a daily basis. She gets in the way of every fucking thing. We can't wait till when she get a little bit more mature. They say young ladies mature faster than boys. I'm waiting on it. Shit. Exactly. Read a book. Should attempt to read a book a month at least. Ice Trade, what it do? Try to read a book, at least one book a month. You know, that should be doable. It'll definitely help with your vocabulary for sure. It would definitely help with your vocabulary and help you be able to express yourself. So this way, some of y'all men won't get this goddamn alexithymia. This way you won't be lashing out on your goddamn woman all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? So this way you can express yourself. And if you don't have the time to read because you are busy grinding, at least listen to audiobooks. That also helps as well. Instead of listening to music all the time, set out a time, 2 hours out the day to listen to audiobooks. 2 to 4 hours a day. Listen to an audiobook. That works as well. You know, if you don't have the time.
I listen to more audiobooks than read books.
Who, you?
No, the grandma.
Yeah, your mother definitely loved listening to books. Me, I need to read them. I get my dictionary out. I get my words. Some of these words Robert Greene be using, he be pissing me off because I cannot get through this fucking the laws of human nature book because every 3 words I gotta look up the goddamn word. What are you talking about, sir? He makes me feel so stupid when I'm reading his books. Read a list at the ready. Go ahead, Sharon, lap my ass. Yeah, hey, I enjoy reading. You know, I got a wild story. But when I was in high school, which I barely went to high school, the only reason why I was able to graduate high school is because I was a really good basketball player. And the funny thing is, so I leveraged my basketball experience because my mother really wanted me to graduate high school because I was like, I was outside. I didn't really care about that shit at the time. And so she was like, listen, just make sure you graduate. So I was like, all right. So I leveraged my basketball skills so I could be. So, you know, back in the days, that's when it still was kind of, it had that gray area. If you was really good, the coach would talk to the teachers and make sure you have a 65, you know, you are pass. They give you a passing grade to make sure you could just go through. Make sure you could do pass a test and they let you go through. You don't have to go to class as much. So I barely went to class. I didn't go to class at all. And I was part of the swimming team as well. So I was athletic. And I used to cut school to go and read. Go figure. Because I just didn't like what they was teaching in school. I couldn't stand it. So I used to leave, cut school. I probably shouldn't say it's because my child is here. But I used to cut school, and go and read. And I read a lot. So even though I wasn't in school, so to speak, I was still educating myself. Because I believe education is very important. And for me, it was self-education. It was more important than being academically educated, which is probably was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake for my personality, but I think it was a mistake. But I believe it was a mistake academically because I could have got really far academically. I probably could have, if I'd have honed in, I probably could have had a PhD very young. If that's what I knew. If I knew what I knew now. But I didn't have nobody with that kind of knowledge to say, hey, when you make this kind of money, you need this kind of education. I'd have got an MBA long time ago. I'd have had an MBA right away because I didn't know how powerful an MBA was. I didn't even know what an MBA was back then, but it's one of the most powerful degrees you could possibly get is an MBA. You know what I'm saying? So I would have definitely jumped on that a long time if I didn't know how much money an MBA was worth. So this is why I wouldn't be swinging on goddamn hammers. I would not be swinging no hammers, that's for sure. I'd be one of those men that they be talking about online. They ain't never built nothing. Because I would not have been using my hands. That absolutely not. They are crazy. People that want to shit.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to Chicago Rail. Stop that, Sharon. We know that jumper broke. Broker did a mug, fam. You ain't no skip to my little. I don't know, peace to you, good brother. I bust his ass one time. I almost beat him. Almost. And then he got serious and he whipped my ass. But I gave him a run for money. I made him play serious. So I felt good. I made him play serious, and he is really good. He got a really crazy jump shot, even though in the NBA didn't really translate, but that's because they tried to sit his ass down because he was too good, I think. So, he was too good at showboating. When he starts showboating, that's when he really play. It's crazy. He's absolutely amazing. Bammer Davis is somebody also that is absolutely ridiculously level of basketball. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. When you play against some of the people that are like really great, you realize that it's like they got a good level, and then they got that level like, oh shit. Even though it's like maybe one level above, that one level is miles apart. It's ridiculous how much faster they are, how much more skilled they are, how much higher they jump. It's just ridiculous. I never got to play against Sham God though. But Baron Davis, Skip, amazing. Starberry's also very strong, ridiculously strong, to be honest with you. He's ridiculously strong. But yeah, I had a good time. I used to be really good. I never had the height to take it to a serious level. I played against Bone Collector plenty of times. But I never was like a real trickster like that. I was just really good. So it is what it is. Yeah, I did. I did play in the Rucker a couple of times. I played in West Fourth a couple of times. I never played in Dykeman though. But every other part of the city, I played in all the major tournaments. Except for Dykeman. Dykeman's the only major New York City tournament I did not play in. Mad nice. I ain't gonna front Chicago. I'm mad nice. Even though I haven't played in 2 years, I still think I'm mad nice. I feel like I could pick up a basketball right now and still give people a run for their money. Yeah, Dykeman is, especially now, Chicago-rilla. You come to New York in the summertime, you got to go to a Dykeman game. You have to. There's absolute excitement. All the top new rappers and all that, they gonna be there. It is, but Dykeman itself is like a goddamn a hip-hop music video. It's kind of crazy up there, period. Where you go there for the basketball game or you go out there at nighttime, it is ridiculous out there. Sheesh. It's hard to stay single in Dykeman at nighttime, I'll tell you that. It's hard. That means like Dykeman is lit. That's where all that whole star tender shit, that's where it come from. It come from Dykeman. All the bartenders, they turn to star tenders. They make more money than some of the strippers. That's how good looking the bartenders look. But yeah, Dykeman basketball game is super serious. It's super dope. It's got a bunch of Spanish dudes walking around with the goddamn a cooler full of drinks, of these New York drinks that they make. They dope. They come in like the quarter water bottle. They reseal them, get you lit. It's absolutely dope. Got to do it. Dykeman, summertime, fun times. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got to get it before July. Yeah, Chicago-rilla. Absolutely. Yeah, you got to come to New York in the summertime. New York in the summertime is absolutely magical. You could go anywhere and have an absolutely great time. It'd be hard to just even leave Manhattan because there's so much free shit to do in the summertime. It's absolutely ridiculous. Lovely time in the summertime. Summertime, that's why it's so hard to leave. There's just always some shit popping up. It's always some store popping up. It's always something to fucking do. And a lot of times you don't got to spend a lot of money to do it. You don't really have to spend that much money. All the parks we have in some kind of crazy shit, especially if you have children, it's dope. You don't even need no car. Hop on a bike. If you're healthy enough, run across the Brooklyn Bridge. It's dope. Absolutely love it. But today I want to talk about the value beyond sex. I want to talk about that because I just want to know, men and women, do you have value in your relationship beyond sex? If you was a man and you was to take away your money and your dick game from the relationship, will that woman still see you as valuable? I want to know. Because when I hear people talk, this is the only value they have on relationship. This is the only value they have on relationship is their sex. See, me as a man, I've realized a long time ago that if you are only dependent on your sex game, then you are leaving about 95% of your relationship off the table. Sex is the least thing that you do in a relationship, even though people value it the highest. It's the least amount of things you are going to do with your partner is lay down with them. It's so many other things that you could pay attention to other than sex and money. You need to find out if you're compatible. And just because you have a good sex game with somebody doesn't mean you're compatible. Just because you got $1 doesn't mean that you're compatible. That's why we have so many goddamn divorce rates the way how it is. Good day, Jalen. That's why the divorce rate is so high, because y'all just depend like, oh, he dicked me down good, or oh, that vagina. When I slid, is the slide in. Hey, I get it. When you slide in, you know. See, me, I don't get pussy whipped. I whoops the pussy. You understand? I don't get pussy whipped. I whips the pussy. My thing is like a goddamn spoon, goddamn, so I'll be whipping it. Good day, easy buddy Jones. You got to come in at the weirdest time, right? When I'm talking crazy. So I just want to unveil the myth surrounding the significance of sex, explore the multifaceted aspects that contribute to a fulfilling and meaningful connection between two individuals. Throughout this discussion, I want to examine like various elements that truly define the value of relationship, from emotional and intellectually compatibility to trust, communication, shared goals. Goals is a real big key, and mutual growth. I want to shed light on the numerous factors that are equally important in fostering strong and lasting bonds by challenging societal norms and questioning outdated beliefs. We know how we be going against these remedial rhetorics every single day, and people truly believe in these things because somebody else communicated so effectively to them that they tattooed that thought, that remedial rhetoric. They tattooed that thought in their brain, and they do not know where it came from. They do not know the extent of where it came from and how it got there. They just seen this charismatic human being execute a thought, and they just ran with it without no own thoughts, without challenging the thoughts. So hopefully I could empower, inspire viewers to redefine. This is what I really want. I want people to redefine their thoughts so they can have understanding of what truly matters in relationships. So they can discover secrets to cultivate deep emotional connections that extends far beyond sexual intimacy. That's my aim when I be having these conversations. Even though they be going to the left, everything that I try to bring up, it be in a box to the left, clearly. Because people want to have their own conversations. they be having Tourette's on my head. They don't even let me finish my full thought. It felt good to finish a full thought. That felt good. Too much information? My bad. Let me get some chapstick. You know my lips be looking kind of ashy sometimes. Let me see if I can get some more light in here. We still dealing with all that snow. Easy Bud Jones says I wait for the fake smart bandits to come here and ask why should we value women beyond sex? Hey, it does happen. People don't realize the things that they say sometimes. I think people sometimes they forget the fact that they are in a long committed relationship or they have daughters. What's up, Kiki, in real life? Good day to you. I think they just forget these things and they get so caught up in being right that they don't realize that they are just diminishing a whole gender. They don't even realize it. They don't even realize that they're talking bad about their own daughter or their own wife, their own mother, aunts, and nieces. I don't think they really understand that they're saying that shit. And that most of these conversations are gender neutral. It's not heavily based on either side of the coin. Not even a little bit. Yeah, the snow is a beautiful thing to look at. I just don't like to deal with it. I don't like to shovel it. I don't like this. I like to look at it. But I don't really like to experience snow.
What?
Yeah, I don't. So, does a relationship hold any value without sex? This is like an age-old question, clearly. And it sparked countless debates. And has left many couples feeling uncertain, clearly. So today we'll uncover and debunk the myths surrounding the importance of sex in relationships. Sex is often seen is often seen as a cornerstone of intimacy, but is not the only fact that contributes to deep connection and fulfillment. Many couples find immense joy and satisfaction in emotional intimacy, shared interests, and genuine companionship. That's what most people really are looking for. They try to find it through sex first, is the problem. And these elements of a relationship create a strong foundation that can withstand the test of time. That's why some of these old folks, when they get past the sex thing, that's why they still love each other and they still do things with each other, even if they screaming and yelling and arguing. It doesn't matter. You don't need that shit to keep the shit together. That is not the glue that's going to keep a relationship together. Most people are not marrying the greatest sex partner they ever had. Because usually the greatest sex partner you ever had is probably a toxic human being. There's a good possibility that that person is toxic and you have no compatibility with that human being whatsoever besides in between the sheets. And y'all know it too. That toxic sex is different. That Hennessy sex, that drunk, having a good time, young, no responsibility sex, those is fun. Relationships without responsibility is fun. That's probably the greatest relationship you ever had. The ones that don't have no responsibility, because once you put responsibility into a relationship, it gets difficult. It does. And sex gets real difficult when it comes to stress. So sexual desire may like fluctuate over time. Like you want to have your spouse where you do it every day, and then it's like, hey, listen, I got to grind. And you do it once a week. So due to like factors of like stress, health issues, changing priorities, but that doesn't mean the love and commitment in a relationship is diminished. In fact, couples who navigate through the shifts with compassion and open communication often discover new ways to strengthen their bond. The way how you sleep, the way how you talk, the way how when she walk by, you give her a nice subtle touch, certain kisses, little touches on her neck and her butt, make the kids go, ew, mommy dad. That's funny. What up, Black Beauty? Miss Not For Everyone. How you doing? There's no such thing as irresponsible sex. What you mean? I didn't mute nobody. What you mean? I did not mute anybody. I did not. I did not. Who that talking to me? Who texting here? Where was I? Physical intimacy, right? That's where I was at, I believe. Physical intimacy is just one expression of love. Also, I do have the for y'all to join the conversation. If I'm off on this, if you disagree, just want to share your thoughts, whatever that is. The link is pinned to the top of the message board. So anybody want to join me, that is all up to you. So physical intimacy is just one expression of love. It's just one. It's not the sole measure of a relationship's value. Emotional support, trust, understanding are equally important. It's equal. What do you think? I do not believe, yes, I believe intimacy is over sex. 100%. Intimacy is 100% over sex. If it's not, yeah, right. I think it's more important. I think sex is probably the. I think when you intimate with somebody and you are compassionate with somebody and you compatible with them, sex should be easy. It should not be a difficult thing in the first place. After you turned it up, you had to put it on mute. My bad. I think it becomes very easy when y'all have the same core values, when you trust a human being and the person could trust you and y'all could communicate. It's easy to communicate in the bedroom. I pray that everybody's ups and downs is in between their bed sheets, to be honest with you. I pray that all your relationship ups and downs is in the bed sheet because I never had an argument with my woman at all. So I pray that all your ups and downs is in between the bed sheets. I pray that your life is like Italian bread, as long with a lot of dough in the middle. That's what I pray for. God damn it. Absolutely, Chicago. This is 100%. Brothers be acting like they do not need or value that woman's emotional support and insight. It'd be so wild to hear them talk like this. I'm like, what? What I feel, sometimes I feel bad for them. Maybe they just never got to experience a woman fully. That is a possibility. I have no idea, but it's strange to me. But hearing people talk like this about their significant other. And like they don't like how you not when your partner's when you and your partner prioritize each other's happiness and personal growth, the connection deepens. It gets deeper and it endures. That's what we talk about. Enduring, that's how you endure. You got to prioritize your happiness and personal growth, and then the connection deepens, and then you will be able to endure. And then maybe being in a marriage won't be so goddamn far-fetched to you. It won't be so goddamn unrealistic. Just like societal expectations can put unnecessary pressure on couples who may not be as sexually active according to how these people talk on these goddamn screens. Remember, every relationship is unique. Everyone, every relationship is unique. What works for you may not necessarily work for somebody else. However, we can build foundations where we could start, but we do understand that each relationship have its own nuances. And the key is to finding what fulfills both partners and create a relationship that aligns with each other's values and desires. So the question is, maybe I should put it in a poll. Does a relationship hold any value without sex? I want to know. For me, it's a resounding yes. A relationship value goes far beyond a physical intimacy. It's about emotional connection, the support, the growth, and the shared experience that can only come up from a deep and meaningful partnership. That's for me. If you disagree, please. So let me pose that as a question. How about that? I'm gonna pose that as a question. Let me write this down. Let me write this down. Let me put this as a poll. And let me put this as a poll. Yeah, because they keep saying that a lot of women they can't even they can't even bust a nut, which is crazy to me. You know why you can't bust a nut? Because y'all think it's just up and down, god damn it. And it's deeper than that. Hey yo. No pun intended. No pun intended. Because it definitely gets deeper than that. So that's dope. Nobody disagrees. Awesome. We are all on the same page. When you say beyond sex, what do you mean? What would you care to expound more depth? So again, you need things like trust, right? That's an important part in sex, period. You need to learn how to communicate with somebody. You need to have shared goals. You need compatibility. You need to be emotionally and intellectually compatible. You got to have shared goals. You need to have mutual growth. And there's numerous factors after that as well. But those are the few that pops up in my mind right away. And if you start going on dates and you attempt to take out the because you already know you're sexually attracted to the person, you're going out on a date. So why even worried about sex? It's going to happen. It just naturally happens. You should be focused on and see if that person have the same values as you. That's what you need to concentrate on. You need to find out where are we going, because the sex is going to become easy. It's going to be very easy to obtain. It's not a difficult thing to have once you are in sync with each other, and it's very easy to be in sync with each other. I don't know why people make this shit so goddamn difficult. It's really not that difficult. But clearly it is. I'm misunderstanding. But clearly it is to some people. In my opinion, it's not. That's what motherfuckers definitely need to do for sure. Stop it. Making simple shit so difficult. Get somebody, find them. Hey, how you doing? You look nice. I look nice. We passed that. You know you're gonna, that's it. You shouldn't be so concerned every time you look at it. The only thing you're thinking about is sex. That's wild. All that shit should be natural. You should just be, that shit should be natural. It's difficult because they got so many lies invested in it. That is a possibility. People need to stop lying to each other. Be honest. Stop putting your representative out first. Stop that shit. Be yourself from the jump. So you actually give the person an attempt to see who you are. Share your values. This is what you should be so honest with people that you run them away, because you want to eliminate all this 3-month and 6-month dating and having all these people in between. Absolutely. Because like, how can you be in a sexist relationship if y'all are compatible? It's not possible. Because you're gonna know her tells. You're gonna know when she's like, you're gonna know what that means. When she makes certain movements, you know, when she lay down and you dead time and she screw her butt. When she be screwing her butt over, you know what that means. You should know if you're gonna pop it up by the outfit that your woman wears at night. You know by what pajamas she wears. She wear those pajamas that's difficult to take off. Leave it alone. She got the leave me alone pajamas on in bed. If she got that goddamn satin silk skirt dress with a thong on or nothing under it, you know it's that time. You know it's that time. Be your true self always. You don't have to remember anything when you being you. It just comes all out. That's it. It baffles me and leaves me perturbed knowing that human interaction became a goddamn, you all these goddamn words missing out. You don't have to come up here, goddamn it. You ain't gonna have me reading all these multiple syllable words. You know goddamn well I cannot pronounce these multiple syllable words out loud. Only can read them. I can't say them out loud. I need some more goddamn water for all that. Got me out here looking like the reading rainbow. Got me out here looking like the goddamn reading rainbow.
You can't read?
I can read in my mind, but these words that have like 5 syllables in it, I can't read them shits. My tongue is not equipped to say those words out loud. Absolutely not. Let me drink some more water. My tongue's not equipped for that. Sorry. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I do got this story what I find Very interesting. I think this dude is pimping Ken. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Ken, but I think it is him. Not 100% sure, but he has. I'm sorry, it ain't. Pause. I want to see what y'all thoughts on it. Let's see. Is that right? Yes. Who is this guy? Is this Pippin Ken? I think that's him. I think that is. Can somebody please explain to me who this man is? But he has a very interesting point of view. So let's see what somebody said this to me. They want me to run it past them. So let's see what he is talking about.
Of a woman at least 7 years, younger than him or younger. You know what I'm saying? Because, that's where you get your true masculinity from. Because she's going to look up to you. But for a woman your age, she's going to challenge you. Y'all going to be having arguments about bullshit. When I deal with women, I like to deal with younger women because I could tell them about, Martin Luther King. I could tell them about, Egypt. I could tell them about different things. And they're more curious. They're more attentive. You know what I'm saying? But if you talk to
I knew he was a goddamn pimp. I knew it. He said, I gotta talk to somebody that has not seen the world the way how I seen the world, because if I did, then she'll be able to debate me, and I probably can't win the goddamn debate because I ain't smart enough to win the goddamn debate. At least that's what I'm hearing. So I do not want to talk to a woman my age because it's a good chance that she had the same experience as me, and I'm not going to be able to teach a woman with the same intellect anything. That's what I hear. Do y'all hear something different? I think he got pimps down on this one, Chicago Gorilla. The hose is up on this one. He is completely off, in my opinion. I mean, but I get it. I mean, I can't say he's off. I cannot say he's off, right? So it do make sense. If you're dating somebody that's far more less experienced than you, then you should have more influence on them, and you could trick them into do and manipulate them into whatever you want to hear. So I guess he's not off. I just think that's bad advice. I just think it's bad advice.
The older woman, they so preoccupied, they don't really want to talk because they feel like they already learned that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that is not cool for a man. A man have to be a ruler. A man have to be a boss. If she ain't...
That is not true. And this is the remedial rhetoric that I be talking about. A man has to be a boss. A man has to be a ruler. What are you talking about? Most men are not bosses, and most men are not rulers. Stop with this remedial rhetoric. I'm tired of it. But it gives me something to talk about. It gives me something to talk about. But that is true, Ash. That is true. That's what they do. That is also true, world class. That is very true. The space proved that niggas support predatory behavior. That is very true. That is very true. But it's horrible advice to tell men the only way you are going to feel like a man, the only way you're going to feel like you have masculinity, what up, Great T, is that you got to date somebody younger because you could school them. You could talk to them about Martin Luther King. How young are you talking? What the fuck? The only way you're going to seem interested if you date somebody younger, because now you could school, you can make yourself seem like you are intelligent because they just don't know enough because they are less experienced in the world. You're lying to your goddamn self. And then when that woman gets older, now she catches up to experience. I guess you're going to have to break up with her and then go younger again. Because when she smartens up, she's going to leave your ass. Clearly, because if you're that dumb. Fuck. Pimping Ken. I can't believe it.
Ain't got nothing in her. I'm going to put something in her. So by the time she get through fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to raise her skirt. I'm going to raise her intelligence. You know what I'm
saying? So he said it himself. He cannot deal with somebody his age because he's not going to be able to raise her intelligence if he deal with somebody at his own age, because she's going to understand the game already. She's going to understand he's full of shit. She'll say, motherfucker, I already know about Martin Luther King. Ain't shit you can tell me about Martin Luther King. Find something else to talk to me about. Talk to me about real life shit. How we moving forward? He cannot. He can only grab down low and pull somebody up that's beneath him intellectually. And this is why most ladies call men predators. Is because men, they would hear this and then they would champion and they would attempt to go do that, even though we know age gap dating, it doesn't produce better relationships. It doesn't produce long-lasting relationships. It doesn't produce long-lasting marriages. It doesn't produce any of those things. Yeah, that is a possibility, Chicago. His advice is not for civilians. His advice is for the criminal world. That is a possibility. But it doesn't sound like he's talking about the criminal world. It sounds like he's talking to men, period. And if he is talking to the criminal world, then he needs to be not online talking about how to scam women. Like, that's the problem that I have. Like, he should be on a black site or some kind of, I don't know, The Onion. I don't know. He should be. He's trying to pivot, but you can't pivot using that same. You still trying to pimp us out. He's still trying to pimp us. He's trying to use all this old school ass game on how to. I mean, but it's probably going to work with younger men. To be honest with you, Chicago Gorilla, it's definitely going to work with younger men, and that's the problem. He's going to turn young men that has no understanding of women into predators by proxy. He's not meaning to, but he's going to do that. He's going to make all men that is 27 just only look for 20-year-olds. And those 27-year-old men looking for 20-year-olds, what are they going to entice them with? Liquor, because they could go buy it. Drugs. And Martin Luther King. I can't believe he used Martin Luther King. I'm doing something. Jesus, Louise. It's crazy. And this type of shit, we got to call this shit out. This shit is ridiculous. It's disgusting to me. Absolutely insane to me. It is. It's disgusting. Welcome to the stage, Brownsville, New York. How you doing, cuz?
Hey, what's good, cuzzo?
I'm doing
Peace
well.
and love, man. Peace and love to you, man. Peace and love to the chat gang. Peace and love to all the listeners, man. I hope everybody is having a great Wednesday, man. And I wish nothing but love, joy, happiness, and peace to everyone. What's good, man? What's the topic of discussion for today?
Today I was talking about relationship value beyond sex.
That's a good topic. That's a great topic right there.
Because, a lot of times we had this conversation about, most of these people, they just really value sex more than a relationship. They worry about how fat her ass is, how cute she look, and how quickly they're going to get her in the bedroom.
And that's because we got to understand the men and women who think like that, it's because they never made it past the superficialness of a relationship.
Damn.
They never made it past the surface level of a connection. When you get a companion and you desire long-lasting companionship, then you got to get to a deeper form of connection. You know what I'm saying? Because there's more to intimacy than just physical intimacy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You and your significant other, you and your spouse should enjoy going on walks together, should enjoy long tenured conversations, deep emotional conversations, one with another. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should be going on runs, getting a physical grind on together. Y'all should enjoy laughing together, crying together, bearing each other's burdens. You know what I'm saying? Quality time. Gotta spend that quality time, whether it's you have common interests such as watching your favorite shows or movies, or playing, your favorite card game or board game or dominoes or something. You got to have something that is going to get you to a place of deeper connection, whether it's you're praying together.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're getting to a deeper spiritual connection one with another. So there's ways to get a closer bond, but you gotta get past the superficial nature of the relationship. You gotta get past the surface level and get underneath and into the deep tissue. Sex is
Mm.
important. Don't get me wrong. Sex and
Yeah.
physical intimacy is very important, man. Because I'm going to give you an example because it's crazy, right? So, my wife, she's an educator. And she works with a lot of, most of her co-workers are white, right? So she told me a story that, she got like 3 or 4 close co-workers of hers. They're married with children. And they have a weird relationship, cuzzo, and I've never heard of it, and I don't even understand it, right? To where they go on vacations together, right? They go to the sporting events with the kids, and they do everything that married couples do. But when it's time to go to bed at night, the husband has his own back cave and room that he sleep in, and the wife has her own bedroom she sleep in. They don't have any type of physical intimacy, but they claim to be in a happy marriage. So that was mind-boggling to me. I couldn't understand it, and I don't understand it. I'm like, what is going on? I couldn't live like that.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't live with that type of division, but apparently her co-workers, they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if they're happy or not. I don't think they're happy. And she even said she don't think they're happy, but this is just something that they're doing. So what do you think of that, Cuzzo? Have you ever heard of that, first of all? And then what do you think about that?
I do know a married couple right now that I do know personally that they do not even live together. They got separate houses.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to Ariel CH. The very reason I broke up with my ex is because he was sex driven. Ooh, that is wild when you think about it, right? Like, people want to be they want to be appreciated for more than just sex. And also I want to shout out to Genesis. She said the Simp Angels love the beard. Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you. It is still a little itchy, but I'm getting past it. Thank you. I appreciate you and the beautiful Simp Angels. Thank you so much. So yeah, so for me personally, I need to, like, no, I cannot be sleeping in separate bedrooms, separate houses. However, to each his own, of course. And I don't think is a good formula for the masses to go with, because I think that will push out trust issues in most relationships. So definitely that I do not agree with that. It's hard for me to believe that those people are happy within a relationship, but maybe those are just outliers and they just like their space so much.
Yeah, man. I, when she first told me that, I was kind of blown away because, these are people that we see, we see at the sporting events, we see at the different, work functions and they come over and smile and we share small talk and things like that. And they seem like, on the outside, they make the appearance that they're happy. But if you don't desire any forms of physical intimacy with your spouse or significant other, you can't convince me that you're happy with that person.
It's definitely, but maybe that's just because our relationship, maybe we are physical. We need that physical and mental intimacy. Like, so, misalignment, he was saying like you cannot have deep conversations every single day. What do you mean? You absolutely can have deep conversation most days of the week. So out of 7 days, you can absolutely have deep conversations. It's just that deep conversation does not have to last for hours and hours on end. It can only be a half an hour, because when you have children, you do not get the opportunity to have deep conversations as much as you want, because a lot of your conversation now is towards either little kids or teenagers, and you got to fight for your time. So you probably get a half an hour when they finally fall asleep to have your deep conversation.
Right. And sometimes it's shorter than that. Sometimes it's 15, 20 minutes.
That's it. So you can absolutely have deep conversations every single day. I think most people believe that deep conversation got to last hours on end, and that is not the case. It's only about 15 to 20 minutes if you truly allow the person to be understood. If you're not just listening to the person to argue, you're not just listening to the person to be a contrarian. You just want to listen to the person.
Right,
God
that's
damn.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just some people just cannot understand that. I don't understand, even though it's plenty of people that come on these spaces nowadays and tell them, like, no, it's possible. Like, I never had an argument with my woman. 2 people on the panel yesterday said I never had an argument. They're like, what? How's that possible? They think that arguing means that they are passionate with each other, that we have to argue, and that makes the sex better. Some people actually believe that shit. That toxicity makes
it's right, because you know they seen a lot of toxicity growing up, so much so that it became normalized. You know what I'm saying? So they thinking that, okay, well, every now and again I gotta have a little toxicity because that's just normal, and if I don't have it, something is wrong. So it's like a crazy psychological effect that it has. But you're absolutely right. You can have nothing but peace and love because it's a choice. You know what I'm saying? The things you gotta have, though, you gotta have a solid foundation. You gotta have shared morals, values, and ethics with your spouse. And you also have to have the compatibility, right? Y'all have to have the same likes and dislikes, not all the same, but most of the same. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're just by nature do things that irritate your significant other, that's gonna cause problems. If just you breathe in a certain way irritates your significant other,
I'm not
maybe
breathing.
that person ain't you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, listen, man, I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? I done heard it. I done heard it before. So where
That's crazy. If somebody breathe a certain way, that's gonna irritate you.
Yeah. Like,
welcome to the stage. Also, Easy Buddy Jones. What's up, Easy Buddy Jones? Do you have breathing problems? And somebody say, "Hey, man, I hate the way how you breathe."
If snoring counts as breathing, yeah.
You see.
What's your thoughts, Easy Buddy Jones?
So I just wanted to kind of come up and provide a little context because I heard Brownsville talk about that sleep in separate rooms and different folks, obviously. But I know that for most of the time, my wife and I sleep in different bedrooms, and what that really is about is the fact that she likes the TV on. I don't. I need dead silence to go to sleep. I also prefer to have, a little bit of my own space as I'm in bed. And on top of that, she likes the window open, particularly in the wintertime, because she likes to turn the room into an igloo. I don't need all that. Just a ceiling fan on medium. So in the wintertime, particularly, we have separate rooms. And what it does, actually, it forces you to be more intentional with your intimacy. So when you're sharing a bed, it's real easy to kind of roll over and, tap her a couple times with the wood and be like, hey, let's go. Where now it's like, hey, you want to come over, you want to do a date night, you want to watch a movie, like you've got to plan it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. That's an interesting insight. So y'all sleep separately, but so I guess that would be a little bit more because I'd rather just be able to roll over and get it whenever I can. I don't want to be sneaking up in my wife's bedroom and just jumping on her ass, and then now she had nightmares of me every time I crack open the goddamn door, pop it off, and then leave.
Well, but you know what? Like if I'm in that particular mood where it's like, hey, I want the green light, I could get the green light. So I mean, sometimes it's fun. I might not come by for a couple nights, and then you come by for a couple nights in a row. That's what I say. You can gamify it a bit and make it fun if that's what you're about.
Right. So Chicago, what you describing is that's a form of role playing. Then, so y'all done took it to like a movie level set or something like that, huh?
I mean, I'm just like I'm not saying that that's something that we do regularly or often, but it is something that is in the realm of possibilities. If you catch what I'm saying. Not to get too X-rated on here.
Yeah. Even though they do get wild, so yes. But so that's very interesting insight. So, and it doesn't bother any. So you still completely happy with your relationship. Your wife is still completely happy with the relationship, but y'all completely sleep in different rooms unless it is a physical night, I guess I should say. Or do after
Right.
that.
Yeah. It doesn't interrupt. It doesn't interrupt our intimacy. Like we still talk and text throughout the day. She comes home. She debriefs me on her day. I debrief her on my day. We talk about the kids. After the kids are down and sleep, we might even hang out a little bit more for a nightcap or something like that. So in and of itself, the separate bedroom thing doesn't interrupt our level of intimacy or how we interact. It's just when I'm asleep, I'm in one room and she's across the hall. That's really it.
And the kids don't look at it strange at all?
No.
So easy money. Let me ask you this. Do you find that you're more intimate with it like that or less intimate?
Probably about the same. I don't think it's any more or less. Just because of how the days run, these days are long because we got 3 kids, 11, 9, and 7. They're all in different activities that happen in and out of the school. My wife works outside of the house. I work in the house. And so, like, just with the chaos of the day, like some days you get to it, some days you don't. But I don't think it's any less or necessarily any more. Like I said, it just means that you got to be a little bit more planful of how you do it, and you got to get a little bit more creative. That's really it.
So I guess the difference in your story and the stories that my wife's coworkers were sharing with her was that her coworkers describe a situation to where like the physical intimacy declined to the point to where it is no physical intimacy anymore. It's just 2 separate bat caves, and they're still living a married life, still taking care of the kids, still going on vacations and going out to dinner and things like that. But they just don't have any physical intimacy. Is that a concern for you that it could, morph into that if it continues to be divided in that way?
No, because really, so different strokes for different folks, right? But my view of it is, if your intimacy is being cut, it's not the room. It's your relationship. It has less to do with the proximity of where you are. Because like even when like back in the day, I used to travel for work a lot. You might turn on the FaceTime and get it popping if y'all awake. You know what I'm saying? So like distance and being away from each other isn't the separator. There's something else that is separating those folks that they probably need a few good therapy sessions to get through. But there's something else there, like distance, not sleeping in the same bed. That in and of itself should not hurt your intimacy in and of itself. Usually the intimacy is impacted by other factors.
So my question is, so when did this sleeping in separate rooms, was this always a thing, or is something that developed later on as y'all just had these different sleeping arrangements? Because like how she liked the ice box, you like it warm, and TV, no noise. Like, is it something that was always there, or is it something that developed over time? Like, how did that even come about happening?
So it's funny because now playing it back and really doing a deep dive on it, it's happened in spurts from time to time where we're in our first apartment. She would sleep on the couch from time to time because, again, she liked having the TV on. I didn't want the TV on. And so what ended up happening was we moved into the house that we're in now. And then once my niece and my sister moved out, we had some extra space, and then she just went over there one night with the window open, and it just kind of became a thing. Like it wasn't something like I'm leaving and I'm going to go here. It just kind of happened.
Hey, what's up, Jalen? What's your thoughts?
It's been around a long time. people sleeping in separate beds. And like just like Brownsville said, I've had older women that I work with, they had that same situation. They slept in separate beds, actually separate rooms in their houses. And I know a lot of people that do it now. The thing is that like Easy said, things like that happen is not necessarily they don't love each other, like the intimacy is not there. It just like some people will snore, like he said, she sleeps with the window open, so on and so forth. It like somebody said, to each his own how they live, but we've seen it. The Bunkers did it on TV. I Love Lucy did it. You know what I mean? They had separate beds. Even we go back to my 3 sons. They slept in. You always saw that back in the days. So it did happen, but it wasn't, whatever reason, we never thought about it. That may be something you can look into and say, why did they sleep in separate beds? Make a poll about it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that they did not love each other. Right away we think, oh, somebody's cheating. Or you understand?
Somebody's on the phone doing this, that, and the third. They watching porn and everything. It got to be the extreme. But for me personally, for me to sleep and for my I need to be hugged up on. I need you to be all up on me, smelling my armpits. God damn it.
Right, and for me and my wife is the same way. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be huddled up together. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta feel that embrace every single night. But like y'all said, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I guess it depending on your love language, right? Because
that's true.
Physical touch is both big for me and my wife, and I'm not just talking about sex, right? I'm talking about cuddling. I'm talking about holding hands. I'm talking about kissing. All of those things that incorporate physical touch is big for us, right? So, like you said, Cuzzo, we gotta cuddle up together every single night. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is.
Yeah, like that's one of the reasons why it's hard for me to stream at night, because if I'm out here, she cannot sleep properly. She'll wake up every hour. Oh, what happened? What'd you do? Like nothing happened. I'm just talking. Oh, okay. I'll go back to sleep now. It's like she just can't sleep properly. It's just what it is. She turns into like a zombie.
But you know what? I'm gonna drop down and I just want to commend all 3 of you, because you 3 are married.
Yeah,
and it takes a lot for men to come out and say how they feel, and you guys, fight against, these men that speak negative against you. You see, a lot of them be like, I'm the man. Sometimes you don't have to be the man all the time. Sometimes you see these 3 men here expressing how they feel. You get more bees with honey than you do vinegar. And that's why a lot of you are lonely at night.
Damn. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want Fur Baby to go crazy. That's why I dropped down, because he be. Thank you, Sharon. Gentlemen, you keep doing what you're doing. Love your wives.
We'll do. Appreciate you, Taylor.
You too, Queen. Peace and love.
And I think it is important that we have. I'm glad Easy Money came in and expressed that, and to show, because like for me in Brownsville, we cannot understand that. And so the way how he explaining it, it makes us have the perspective like, oh, it is possible to have a loving relationship, but just not always sleep in the same bed or one sleep on the couch. Mr. Lyman says he'd rather sleep on the couch. Me, I don't even have a TV in my bedroom, because I tell everybody when I first date them, if I ever was like, I don't have TVs. My bedroom is for business only. It's either we sleeping or we doing the damn thing. That's it. It's the only reason to have a bedroom in my
opinion. Sharon, I will throw this one out here, and I don't think they'll mind because they both passed on, but my grandparents were married 54 years. And these are my dad's parents. And there's stories that I can tell you about them for days. But the thing that I remember most about them is that they did sleep in separate rooms. So my grandmother had her own room that had no TV in it. My grandfather had his room that had the TV in it. And largely the issue was my grandfather snored like a dying
like a train.
Yeah, like a moose dying in the chimney, man. It was loud. And she hated the TV, so she preferred it to be quiet. He wanted the TV on, and gosh, it was going to be a little out there, but they got it in for a long time until my grandmother had her hip replacement, which was a few years before she passed. So they were into their 70s still popping it off.
Wow. That's it's interesting. Like I said, I do know a couple that they live in completely separate houses. Completely. And they're about a half an hour to 45 minutes away from each other at that. So they're not even close to each other. So like you gotta really plan on sleeping at at the significant other's house. So that's interesting. I was like, so y'all got two separate buildings? Yep. He lived there. I take my kids, he take his kid. All right, cool. All right, that could work for you. It wouldn't necessarily work for me. I think for me, mentally, I would not feel like I'm in a marriage if I was living in separate houses. It would feel more like a business marriage than a real life love marriage. And I have no problem with being in a business marriage if that's what it was and we making hell of a money. But if we like in a romantic marriage, living in separate houses, it would not work for the way how I operate as me as a human being.
No, and that's all good, and I appreciate that. Because to your point, everybody has to be able to kick it differently and does what works for them. I get the sleeping in the same bed every night, and like I said, it only happens in spurts. Like right now, because it's winter, she wants it cold. But by the time the summer comes around and we're able to turn the fan on high and get the house to cool down, we'll probably be back in the same room, even though. I hate the TV being on, man. I hate it.
Nah, I can understand. You got to sleep with a mask on.
Man, I hate hearing it because she be watching those murder kill shows and all that, like the Snap. She said it helps her relax. I don't know.
Her ass crazy as hell, Easy Money Jones. You better sleep with one eye open.
Oh no, she would have took me out if she wanted to already. We're past that point. All right, let me get to this meeting, Sharon. I appreciate you, Brownsville. All good. Happy Valentine's Day to the lovers and those that celebrate.
Easy Money.
Happy Valentine's
For sure, y'all be easy.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you for that insight. What's up, baby girl? How you feeling? Oh man, but that's something I couldn't really deal with. But clearly a lot of people do. Well, I can kind of understand it when it comes to like maybe like snoring. It's just kind of hard for me to understanding this. I'll feel like a creep a little bit. I feel like a teenager a little bit every time I bust open the door and she knocked out sleep or watching, whatever she's doing, and I'm just creep up in there and just lay up on her and squeeze up next to her booty. Anytime that's the only time I go in the bed, it'll feel a little weird for me to always do it that way. But to each his own. If that's how you created it, because you need your space and time, that's the best time you need to relax yourself, sleeping on the couch when you didn't do nothing wrong, and you just watch TV or the late night basketball game, and you feel like you're like Mr. Lyman said in the chat. He said he also feel like it's a more protective way to secure his household. If somebody was to break into the house, they walk past the couch and go straight to the bedrooms, he's more able to protect the house while he's on the couch. He's able to meet the intruder quicker, and now the family could possibly get out the house while he's handling the business. So,
Mr. Alignment sleeps on the couch?
Yeah, purposely.
Wow. Okay.
He said he goes to sleep on the couch purposely, and whenever he feeling a little nasty, he creep up in the bed. When she's sleeping a certain way, he know he's okay. He know her telltales.
That's interesting.
Yeah. My couch is pretty comfortable, but nah, I'm paying for the bills. I'm nope.
Yeah, I gotta get in that bed, man.
But that is great to understand that it is a lot of different personalities out there, and people got to start respecting those different personalities. That is, we are not monoliths out here, and you got to go find your person. And sometimes your person could be like, "Hey, I love you to death. I love having sex with you, but I cannot sleep next to you because you sleep wild. One day your foot was in my mouth because you're a wild sleeper."
The key, and I'm glad we're talking about this, because the key is to find that person. So if you're the type of person that you rather sleep on the couch or sleep separate from your wife, but you get with somebody who is not like that, who wants to sleep with you, that's where the problems and issues come in, right? You got to find that person that's equally yoked to your mindset, because the two different mindset is what's going to bring the controversy, right? If she's expecting to lay down with you in the bed every night, but you like, nah, I gotta go and have my own space, or I gotta go and protect the house on the couch, then that's what's gonna cause the confusion. So you have to find a person that's gonna line up to your mentality and share the same beliefs that you share, and then everything's gonna work out.
Absolutely. Mr. Lime, he said, also, when she is on her menstrual, I don't sleep in the bed because she is not pure. She is unclean due to the Bible. Whew. That's a harsh one. That is a harsh one. That one is very harsh. Damn. So does a relationship hold any value without sex? 70% says yes, it holds value without sex. So far, I'm not going to end the poll. I'm going to allow the poll to keep on going as we keep monitoring through this.
But we got to be clear with the question. So when you saying without sex, you're saying without any sex? Is that what we doing, or without like sex being like the only factor?
All right, so I need to re-poll it.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to re-poll it. God damn it! Sometimes if you don't be, whatever.
I'm meant to log in, join in, and tell you.
My wife, she ready to log in and curse me out. Goddamn. Your question don't make no sense, husband. So, babe, would you have a problem with me sleeping on the couch for majority of the nights?
Yes.
You have a problem with that? Why?
Because I need you by my side.
Why you need me by your side? You can't sleep without my stink breath?
Yeah, and without your snoring.
Damn. See, my snoring is good music to her ears. That's what she said.
I wanted to say about that too, because certain things just adjust. So people that don't sleep with their significant other because of the snoring, I guess they don't really love them that much. I don't know.
Damn.
No, it's weird, but as long as you're honest with yourself and others,
yeah, that's all that really matters. As long as you're honest
and
with
both of you okay with that, then it's fine. Us sleeping on top of one another for 13 years and just suddenly stop doing it right now would be a red flag.
It'd be a red flag on the play? And I'm telling you, when I fart, that's when she hugs me even harder. She's like, ooh.
Now you're lying.
She's like, ooh.
Now you're lying.
She's like, ooh, thank you for that massage.
Maybe just to not let the smell escape from the blanket.
Oh man. Hey.
The question is not clear.
All right, so I will fix the question. Okay. And I was also reviewing this right here, cousin. Let's see where it's at on the list. Let's see.
She know everything. We're gonna be clashing. You see what I'm saying?
No,
so I prefer them young, fine, and qualified, because sometimes people, they think they know something. You try to teach them. See, I'm gonna tell you an old trick that my daddy said. He said, son, he said, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but you can teach a new dog old tricks.
Goddamn.
that ideology is kind of wild to me.
Yeah.
Because he's looking, check this out. Check how wild his ideology is, right? He's looking at a relationship through the lens of training a dog. Think about that for a second. He's looking at his relationship through the lens of training a dog. You know what I'm saying? There's something wrong upstairs. If you're looking at your relationship through the lens of dog training, there's something wrong upstairs. Get some help.
Get some help, please. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. How you doing, Nay? Good day. Good to see you.
Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day to the lovers and the friends. How are you doing?
We're doing well. What's your thoughts, Nay?
Look, listen. Okay. Me and my husband first got married. I'm a snorer, and I snore very loud. So till this day, my husband still sleeps with earbuds in his ear. It's just like, but sometimes he don't wear them. I think he's growing accustomed to them, to my snoring, but he snores too, but not as loud as me. But it'd be so funny.
That sounds like y'all making beautiful music at nighttime. Y'all both snoring.
No, he said to say I be calling all type of animals. He was like, and one day I be calling the cow, then the horses.
So you say even with all that snoring and the duet that y'all do when y'all snore together, y'all still sleep in the same bed every night?
Yes, we do. Well, he works at night, so I'm in the bed by myself. But in the morning, he gets in the bed, and usually I remove myself. But when he's off, yeah, we sleep in the bed together. But I'll fall asleep anywhere. I'll be in my nephew's room and fall asleep. And he'll come get me out the bed. Like, hello, come get in the bed. It's like the warm.
What are you doing?
It's just the fact that we lay next to each other because we don't even sleep under the same cover. Like we don't. Like me and him are both hot natured, but it's like a certain level of hot. And see, I like thin covers. I don't like over the real thick covers, and he likes really thick covers. And I usually take the cover and toss it off of me because it's too thick. So he has his own blanket. I have my own blanket.
That's interesting as well. So that goes to show that it's another level of it as well. Like it's so many different levels of it. People sleeping on different blankets, different rooms, couches versus the bed, earplugs versus no earplugs, making beautiful jackhammer noises and music together while they snore. It is so multifaceted. This is why people need to understand. This is why I think more successful relationships need to come out and explain that all these things happen in a successful relationship. You got to curate it the best way you can for you and yours, and go ahead and get it.
Yeah,
because clearly it's not a monolith. Clearly, I guess me and my cousin, we are really related because we like the same common attention. How woman we need to physically. So I need to have at least a hand, a finger on her body to know that she's there. She go to the bathroom. I'm like, where you go? Like, you know how those memes with a cat looking for your phone. Like, oh, there you go. Okay, I can go back to sleep.
He said
I need to have at least
well.
a finger on you.
It's like if I get out the bed, he doesn't sleep long.
Correct. Exactly my point. Yes.
He does not
Right.
sleep
It's
long
the same. I feel on that. Yep.
Yes.
But the crazy thing is, him out the bed, I sleep longer. That's a shame. It's crazy. It's crazy, but we make it work. We make it work.
And that's one of the things about intimacy, right? Intimacy is in so many different levels. It got to do with sleeping, talking. It's so many levels, intellectually, emotionally. It's so many levels. It's way deeper than sex. And I think a lot of people that have great intimacy, that sex doesn't be as important to have conversation about when the last time you had it. When it happens, it happens. It doesn't matter if we didn't do it in 2 weeks, and it doesn't matter if we did it every night for the last 2 weeks.
I'm thinking a believer or not, because a lot of people would be like, it's no way in holy hell y'all did it. But before we got married, we did not have sex at all.
That's true.
Right. Then sometimes you just know when your woman has a certain kind of attitude, like, oh, that's what happened.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, we did not have sex. It was a religious thing for him. And yeah, when in my younger days, I had men and I had boyfriends and I had sex and all that type of stuff. But when I got married, I wanted a guy to understand that my celibacy, because I took a vow of celibacy until I got married. And my husband.
Wow, how long was you celibate before you got married?
I was celibate 4 years before I got married. Yes.
4 years, no physical contact, girl. You are born again. Saint, goddamn it.
Yeah, I'm like in 3 of the years me and him were together.
So how many in those 4 years? How many fights did you have
between me and him?
No, with people in general.
Oh Jesus! My friends used to be so bad. They'd be like, "Girl, you need some dick in your life." I was like, "What do you mean?" She said, "You're so pissed." I said, "No, I'm okay." She was like, "No, you do." She said, "I'm gonna get you a rose or something for your birthday." Damn. I was like, "What?" Clutch my pearls. Just because y'all are sexually, diverse, you know what I'm saying? Like, but when shit, when even when we first got married, it was like a week before we could even consummate our marriage. So because
so Nate, so what do you think about this guy saying that his grandpa or his father told him that you cannot teach a old dog new tricks, but you can teach a new dog old tricks, referencing relationships?
What the hell is that man talking about?
Hey,
what do you look? What?
He's pretty much comparing women.
So what you're trying to say is, because if you're, I take it like this: men that sit here and date significantly younger women know that they're easy to manipulate, easily impressionable, that type of thing.
Right.
But 9 times out of 10, if that young girl does something wrong, he's gonna pretty much point out how young she is. Oh, you just a little girl. You don't know what you're talking about. You can't have a conversation with. You can't have a conversation with me because I know this because I'm older than you. You see, it's because I'm older than you. So you don't know what you're talking about. Go sit in the corner somewhere like a little kid and mind your business. You sit here and you look pretty. You sit here and look pretty. Like I got with you because you're pretty, and that's it. I don't need you to think. I just need you to shut up.
Right. And I think it's horrible, and that goes to show that men looking for these 7-year age gap differences, it doesn't have anything to do with fertility at all. Even though they try to frame the conversation as it has something to do with fertility and her youthfulness to able to have multiple children without going through any health scares. It is a lie. And that shows how predatory that they are, that they will try to use something as truthful as what is it called? Geriatric pregnancy as a reason to be predators towards young women. And we know it's not true. That's how predatory they are. They use the truth to be predators.
But the thing is, don't act like y'all don't hit a wall either. Y'all go men over the age of 35 and possibly 40, 45. Y'all hit a midlife crisis too. Don't sit up and act like just because you got semen that it won't cause these deficiencies in a pregnancy. Just like you get old, your semen gets old, and that's where you have. Yeah, it does. It matures.
I don't know if I can agree with that.
It does.
Absolutely not. I'm sorry, Nate. I am sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Them things gonna be.
It is okay.
Hey, Mr. Lyman, I think you might have to drop down, come back. You have a lot of static coming through the microphone right now.
I thought that was me. I was unplugging my headphones and everything. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's Mr. Lyman. So, yeah, drop it, come back, Mr. Lyman. Yeah. So, Nate, I disagree.
Yeah, they still swimming, but they swimming real slow.
I think I got Michael Phelps. I got Michael Phelps all up in there.
Oh, okay.
I got Olympic swimmers all up in there, Nate. That's what I think. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I believe that no matter what, I think if something was to happen, I had to be back in the dating world today. I would absolutely be. But then again, I would not be looking to have any more children. So so like my whole ideology would change in the way I date. Because like me personally, when I was younger, I never dated somebody that had children already.
Oh yeah, you can get her pregnant, but it doesn't mean she's not gonna have efficiency.
You know what I'm saying? That's something I did. But now at my age now, my whole ideology would have to change because I probably would lean towards more if somebody was 40 with me and they had no children without it being some kind of health situation for them to not have children. I probably would look at them a little sideways, and I probably always see the one eye open. It's probably something crazy about it in my mind.
You know what? I'm done with you. I'm done with you.
Whether it's true or not, that's a whole different story. But I feel like that's how my mentality would be. And maybe because also, I would probably rather be with somebody that has children because I have little kids still as well. So it would just make more sense that somebody that can have the patience to understand that if I tell them I can't make it and I got to cancel a date night because my child just came up with some kind of sickness within the last hour, that she know that I'm telling the truth. Because it happens. They be good, running around all day, perfectly fine, healthy, laughing, joking. And then when the last 2 hours, we put them to bed, next thing you know, they got a fever. And somebody that never had children will not believe that. And that will cause probably distrust within the relationship, and which will cause them to start watching Criminal Minds at night. And then now... And I'm scared of people that watch crime movies and TV shows before they go to bed. I think it's something possibly wrong with them. If you gotta watch,
I gotta watch National Geographic. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I gotta hear sounds of nature. I can't be hearing about you killing somebody. That's just something wrong with that.
It's like, oh, babe, I just seen this episode, and the man cut off his head. Like, it was so relaxing. I could go to sleep now that I've seen him completely rip out his intestines, and he cooked it up too, and he fed it to him, babe. That was so relaxing when I seen him cut off that man's head. That was just beautiful.
I mean, I like horror and gore and stuff like that, but to go to bed, no.
That's just for me though, but I get it. Some people love that shit. They need some excitement because they be so maybe mundane and boring, so to speak. It's so normal, and that they need to see a little bit of excitement, and then they could go to sleep. I need the opposite. I need to calm down and wind down my brain to go to sleep because my mind could go far.
Same here, cuzzo. Same here.
My imagination is strong. I cannot be thinking about, Raymond Reddington going across the world shooting people.
Well, you see, your wife, she said she like criminal. Now, Criminal Minds is my shit now.
It is. It was really good.
I like that. First 48. I definitely will watch. I used to watch Bones when Bones was out.
Oh, but Bones is a little bit more like a fun cop. You do see killing in it, but it's not like graphic. It's more.
I just like how the different.
No, it's very well written. Yes, I agree. Bones is very well written. It's very awkward and quirky. It was very funny.
I used to sit there and watch House all day.
House is very good as well. See now I can get with that. Something that's very intelligent. And you got to deal with the words. Sometimes you got to even look up a word in the dictionary. I could deal with those type of Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds. Yes,
it is.
It is.
It's very graphic. Is what me and Nate is talking about. Yes.
We there, honoring this birthday. We there.
We just say, at once upon a time, my wife was very crazy. I used to have to sleep with one eye open. That's all. Now,
my husband still think I'm crazy, so it don't matter.
Let's finish with this crazy. Let's finish with this dude's crazy remedial rhetoric about. Let's see. He should be almost finished. Talking wild and crazy. Dexter was really good. Dexter was really good.
And I watched Luther with Idris Elba.
I didn't watch the new one though.
Luther? Oh God, really?
No, the new Dexter, like when he's in the woods.
Oh no, you gotta watch Luther. Luther is really good.
Yeah, Luther was good as well. That's with Idris Elba, right? Right, and then now they got a new version with this new actor, I believe now. Yeah, he was the original Luther, and then now they got a newer version.
You know what I'm saying?
No, we don't know.
Man should always have a woman at least 7 years.
Okay, so he's finished with his nonsense. You want to see the beginning?
It's just no.
Okay.
Younger than him or younger. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that's where you get your true masculinity from. Because she's going to look up to you. But for a woman your age, she's going to challenge you. Y'all going to be having arguments about bullshit. When I deal with women, I like to deal with younger women because I could tell them about, you know, Martin Luther King. I could tell them about...
Yo, that is wild that he said I could tell her about Martin Luther King. That shit
I can read a
sounds
book.
crazy to me.
I can read a book about Martin Luther King. You wasn't marching with that nigga.
Crazy. That is the definition, Nate. That's the definition of a groomer.
God
Gotta
damn.
be.
I'm like, what? I can tell about Martin Luther King. Nigga, what you wait, the 12-year-old or something? Like, we got Fatty on the what?
What?
You was marching with that nigga? You was at
that is
Selma.
a wild statement. That's one of the wildest statements I ever heard. And people allow this shit to fly by. It's crazy. But that's why in 2024, none of that shit is flying no more. This remedial rhetoric of that you got to date somebody that is intellectually dumber than you just so you can feel like you are masculine. That is fucking wild. If you are too dumb, then just say that. That's all. Just say, I'm too dumb to date within my age range. I'm not as smart as I think I am. I'm not as charismatic as I think I am. I don't make enough money as I think I do. Just admit it. You should not. Maybe you are one of those men that should not be in the dating market. You need to go ahead and work on yourself.
Cuz you know what I think it stems from and what it is, man? I think it stems from, you know, men or young men, we first discover our masculinity when we're competing amongst men, right? Like on the playground, on the basketball court, playing football, you know what I'm saying? Doing something physical amongst men, fighting amongst men. That's when you discover your masculinity, right? That's when you discover, you know, how masculine you are. It's amongst men, right? So what I believe is the reason why these guys want to display their masculinity so much amongst women is because they had a difficult time doing that amongst men. You know what I'm saying? They were the guys who would cower down.
Preach, Brownsville, preach.
Couldn't display their masculinity amongst other men who were more masculine, so they chose to display their masculinity, and they want to rule over and treat women like they're training a dog and all these other things to display their masculinity because they wasn't able to do it in a normal way.
That's
that
what's
was
going
bars
on
right there.
I said that's what's going on. It's because you can't compete against another man. You want to sit up and try to beat up on the next person that's lower to you, that's quote unquote inferior to you, which is a woman, which is stupid. You can't sit up and you can't sit here and compare to another man. So you think it's okay to compare yourself to a woman when me and you are two different beings.
Because what you think about that? Because when did you discover your masculinity? You know what I'm saying? Did you discover your masculinity on a playground, on a basketball court, on a football field, in school? You did it amongst other young men, right?
You know, I never actually thought about it. Like, when did I never thought about it. I never felt like I was feminine. So I was never afraid. Man, that's a great question. When did I notice that I was masculine? I noticed I was masculine when women just flocked to me. They like, God damn it, I just love the way how you smell, fart, taste, everything.
You know what?
Women just flock to me and just melt to me. Even the ones that was considered the most masculine, manly woman, she'll come to me and she'll be the softest woman she could possibly be. I think that's when I kind of recognized that I was. And also, I think I never looked at my competitiveness as masculinity. I was just always competitive. I always wanted to be the best basketball player. I wanted to be the best wide receiver, the best quarterback. I wanted to be the fastest runner in my neighborhood. I wanted to be the best fighter in my neighborhood. I always challenged everybody. So I never even looked at my competitiveness as masculinity. I was just ultra competitive. I did not want nobody to beat me at anything.
Right, but it's just a different verbiage though, because you were competing against other young men, right?
I was
You weren't
absolutely. I did not.
competing
I never
against
looked
women.
at. Yes, absolutely. Every single time.
Right. So obviously, if you were just competing against other young men and not women, you wouldn't look at it as asserting your masculinity. But in fact, that's exactly what you was doing. You know what I'm saying? In those moments, right? We're testing out our masculinity one with another. You know what I'm saying? Because, oh, you want to challenge me? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? And let's see whose masculinity is gonna outpower whose. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? That's where it started. It started competing with other young men, right? And if you do that enough, you won't feel the need to assert your masculinity over a woman because
Yeah.
you already realize, you already know that you're masculine. You already know that you're powerful. You already know that you have the ability to take charge, right? So you don't have to go overboard to convince a female that you're masculine. So I feel like the men that believe that they make it their mission, that that's what they're supposed to do, that's because they were unable to do that amongst men.
Whew. That might be one of the truest shit you said so far.
Hold
And I
on,
didn't even realize
we need to put that on a billboard. Exactly what he
Shit.
just said.
Damn.
Jesus, explain this to these young men out here. Do this one more time, bros. Man, we love you. Stop blaming us. Blame the other men. Like compete with them. We ain't in competition with y'all. God
Right.
damn.
That happened recently. That recently happened on one of the conversations that we had. As soon as the woman said, y'all need to compete with the white men for the financial, how much money I make, because I believe the men making 48,000 and the white men are making 53,000 a year on average. And then so soon as that stat is brought up, the man apparently is like, but we make more money than the black woman. That's a problem.
I'm just like, okay,
you should not
what
be
they got to do
comparing.
with you competing with me?
Right. You should not be comparing yourself and competing with the women. I don't care if you only make $3,000 a more a year than the woman. That don't have nothing to do with what we talking about. The white men make more money than us. We need to get together and start making more money.
Thank you. Like, at least somebody see it. Like, can somebody else see it? Can y'all friends, some of y'all friends, even in this chat, see it? Why are you in competition with a woman? We not in competition with you. Shit, we ain't studying y'all. We just doing our own little free little willy thing, and you still trying to compete with us because you don't want to compete with the next man. Do you know how much of a sucker you sound?
Well, one way we could do is about all the ladies that feel the same way. Y'all could all press the share button. God damn it.
God damn it, yeah. And the like button. And send $1. Send at least $1.
Because I need $1. $1 is what I need. Hey.
You need one of them songs. You need you a money song.
We need 40 more likes. We appreciate y'all. We need 40 more of those likes. And we need about 93 shares. God damn it. We need 93
conversation shares today. Love is in the air today.
Oh, yes, it is a beautiful day. Right? Yeah, love is definitely
like Brownsville come up here and always spit his even-minded facts and shit.
Yeah. What's up, Janet? What's your thoughts?
So, hi everybody again.
Hey, Jalen.
I'm here. I get to read the chat, and what's so funny is no one listened to what Nene had to say, how she shared her relationship with her husband. Like it just dusted by it. Foo, foo, foo. And then when Brownville spoke, nobody listened to what he had to say because people are trolling the chat. I don't want to. I came up to say that if you have a channel and you have a platform and you have these issues, or you have, because I mostly see again women getting being hated on as usual. Go do it on your platform. Oh no, I can't do it on my platform but you're complaining about it in the chat. Go fight on it on your platform Put your views out there and see how far you're gonna get. Because these are not goofy conversations. You understand? Like if you gonna express what you're gonna say, like this gentleman right here, we're following what this gentleman's saying, and he sound like he been run through the mill. Like he looked like he ready to put his foot inside a grave. He's so old and dusty. Okay,
Damn.
you know what? He's out there. Listen, he's out there, and our children is listening to this garbage. You understand? Just like when Kevin Samuels was out here spewing his garbage, grooming, and they trying to clean the internet of his garbage. That man made $4 million off of you doing that same garbage. You know what? There was one thing I wanted to say to you yesterday, Sharon. Some things like when we put out, like you said, the content that you showing us, I feel like they just skits and stuff that's coming out of their mouth is not real. That's why I say it's the internet. You understand? And people take this stuff too serious. Like this people are impressionable. You understand? People are very
Well,
impressionable.
Jalen, that dude that is talking like that, he's made his a fortune, probably most likely millions of dollars.
Yes, sir.
Over taking advantage of young women.
Yes, sir.
Of the words that he is using right now, he made millions of dollars. This guy that we was just reviewing that was saying these things, he made millions of dollars off of literally pimping young women on the street out.
Okay, so and you know what, Woody Mac? Let me explain something to you. Okay, you're first generation. I forgot what your background. I don't know if you're Nigerian, whatever. And I keep expressing this, and this is not against no one's background. What I'm saying is that you have no right to speak out the way you speak. You telling me sip on tea? Let me tell you, this is why I tell you guys, you little boys, because what Sharon is trying to do is deter us from attacking each other of how we feel, like as Americans. We keep looking at ourselves like, oh, look at the old lady talking. No, I come with knowledge, and you're attacking me for my knowledge. And you, where your age is, like that dude talking, you fall under them realms where you out there taking advantage of young women. Do you want that narrative to be put out there? Because that's how you acting. You understand? Let's go rise above. Let's hear what Nene is saying with her husband, because she's married to a Nigerian. You understand? Bronxville is always showing the positivity of his marriage. And the same thing with Sharon. You understand? But you're going to look at me different because I'm single. You understand? And you think, going back and forth, you think you better than us. But no, you was born here just like me. My background, I'm Puerto Rican. You understand? And I dealt with racism. Being light-skinned, you don't see me because you people are so, then y'all do your little thumbnails, because I'm a beautiful woman at the end of the day, but I don't need to prove that to any of you here. What we here doing is talking positivity for 2024, where we can take care of our children, because our children is going to watch this in 10 years. Okay, in 10 years they're going to say, look at Sharon. Look at all the positivity Sharon tried to put out there. Look at Nene. Look at Bronxville and the people in the chat. You understand? Instead of you guys always deflecting, you understand? Like, y'all just be trolling the chat. Engage with us. Be a part of us. Stop being so negative. Stop spewing the hatred for women. That's all I hear all the time. That's all I see, pure hatred. And Sharon is trying to get us out of that. I don't hate anybody, but it just disgusts me that every single time I'm out here, because this is the YouTube world, you understand? Just like I don't do social media. I just found YouTube. And the thing is, I've never seen so much hate, even when I walk outside, Because being Puerto Rican and being a woman, I already dealt with enough hate. Okay, being light-skinned, having long hair, and being beautiful.
Dating experience.
Okay, and none of you don't understand that. And then you know what? Oh, this man is saying someone 7 years younger. So if he that means he cannot deal with a woman like me, my age.
Right.
You
He
can't
doesn't want
take
a
a
woman
woman like
that
me.
has her own
Why?
mind.
Right.
I'm
Why?
like,
Because my credit score is a 825. That scares you.
Woo!
No, you want to know my body count. You want to know my body count. You can't handle my body count. Because what do you care? Because you too busy looking for a 12-year-old or a 16-year-old. Let's talk about it. Y'all afraid to talk about it. Y'all afraid to say that all y'all look for is younger women. And those of you with your religion, yeah, like she said, the lady said, because of her husband religion, she waited 4 years for her husband. Okay, because that's some of you guys' religion. Am I right or am I wrong? Is that not the Muslim religion? Don't you supposed to purify yourself every single time you sleep with your woman? Because I've heard that. Am I right or am I wrong? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I'm like my husband. Not
Sound like you took it to me. And Mr. Alignment and Wody Mac. Is your woman that you are dealing with right now is 7 years under you? Is the question, like, why would you defend it if you're not living that lifestyle? Is my next question. I think what we doing over here is we are dissecting the words that he's using, and we are pointing out the harmfulness that it has because he's impressionable on younger men, and younger men will start to listen to this remedial rhetoric, and they will have that tattooed in their brain, and they think that's what they have to go out there and chase. Is the problem. And all we doing is giving you the opposite view of it and have an honest view on it and show that this man that is saying these things, clearly he cannot compete on his level of thinking. So as soon as a woman is at his same level of intellect, he cannot compete with her. And that's why he got to deal with somebody that he got to teach about Martin Luther King, which is crazy to me that you even wrote that as a point. That is wild to me that that's even a part of the thought process. What's up, PhD Diva? What's your thoughts?
Good morning, PhD.
Hey, goddess.
I'm up
Hello.
here with you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Good
beautiful.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Queen.
Hey, Brownsville. My thoughts, I just came in, so I was kind of trying to figure out what happened with the people in the chat.
No, we ain't studying Wody Mac ass.
So,
I've been reading Wody Mac. Nobody cared.
What we was doing, we was talking about so Pimpinkin, we found out that was Pimpinkin. He was having a conversation that all men should date 7 years younger than themselves because that's how you're going to achieve true masculinity. Because when you date somebody 7 years or younger, is that you could be a true masculine man because that woman could learn something from you. You could teach that young lady about Martin Luther King. That's what he said verbatim.
I was done.
Okay, but so is the I guess does he play
the footage for the young lady, please?
So the 7 year younger woman wouldn't be able to teach him anything? Because regardless, they're still going to be able to teach each other something, right?
Right. Like since I'm 7 years younger than you, then I know more about technology than you.
Right.
So you're going to be asking me, well, how you do this on this iPhone? How you do this on this iMac? How you do this on this computer? How you do this? So aren't we teaching each other still?
I just don't see how you can get around that.
Younger than him or younger. You know what I'm saying? Because, that's where you get your true masculinity from, because she's going to look up to you. But for a woman your age, she's going to challenge you. Y'all going to be having arguments about bullshit. When I deal with women, I like to deal with younger women because I could tell them about, Martin Luther King. I could tell them about, Egypt. I could tell them about different things. And they're more curious. They're more attentive. You know what I'm saying? But if you're talking to an older woman, they so preoccupied, they don't really want to talk because they feel like they already learned that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that is not cool for a man. A man have to be a ruler. A man have to be a boss. If she ain't got nothing in her, I'm gonna put something in her. So by the time she get through fuck with me, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna raise her skirt. I'm gonna raise her intelligence. You know what I'm saying? But if she know everything, we're gonna be clashing. You see what I'm saying? So I prefer them young, fine, and qualified because sometimes people, you know, they think they know something. You try to teach them. See, I'm gonna tell you an old trick that my dad says his son.
My brain. My brain. Like, what?
We need a pause in between. That's too much.
The idiocy. The idiocy. Like, I'm like, what? What are you teaching me again? That I haven't learned or read in the book.
Hey, so
hell,
PhD,
you learned about Martin Luther King and history.
Hey, PhD. So now that you almost caught up on what the remedial rhetoric is, what's your thoughts on what you heard so far?
I agree that it's remedial rhetoric. You're always going to be learning something from somebody if you spend enough time with them. And it doesn't necessarily have to be historical facts or, you know, things like that. It might be how to, handle your emotions differently or, you know, anything, how to socialize in an environment you've never been in. And so that's just, it's ridiculous to think that. But I am curious, how did he get the name Pimpin' Ken?
Because he was out there pimping.
So how is he somebody that people will first invite him to be interviewed and then post clips of it like he's saying something that other people should follow? Why would they take somebody who was from the dregs of society and then elevate them to somebody that I guess men should listen to and, you know, take notes on how to on masculinity from? That's just kind of bizarre to me.
Hey, because a lot of times this is why I'm also on a campaign that we need to start championing the good things, because way too often I see it every single fucking day that we are champion, or at least putting those type of people, those human beings out in the forefront, the ones that are the worst representation of humanity. Those are the ones that we have the conversations with.
But I'm trying to figure out what I need. I look up to my father. I don't look up to you. Like it. That's where I was taught. So I need to admire you like you are some type of god or something, because you're all knowing and all demanding what? So I gotta worship you in some type of way because you're 7 years older than me and you've read a couple more books than I have. Like where does this coming from?
Like, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So here's the thing. So Wally Mack is talking about a 35-year-old and a 60-year-old. Hey, if you think that is okay, then go ahead. But we know in 10 years that really, like, you waiting for that person to die.
Pretty much, he got one foot in the grave. Are you serious?
You know you wait. What if it's a man or woman? You are waiting for that human being because in America, 77 is the average. So if you dating somebody at 60 and you 35, you waiting that out to get whatever you're going to get from, you know, insurance, houses, kids is grown. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. That is not no goddamn love, I don't think, in my opinion.
I think Pimpin' Ken did raise an important issue, though. I think a lot of Black men are kind of struggling in terms of, you know, knowing what masculinity is and, you know, having masculine or being masculine, right? So I think, you know, that's why these types of conversations like keep coming up, because there, you know, different ways or, you know, different people telling Black men about masculinity or how they can have masculinity, when that's got to be something, you know, from within. I mean, either you are or you aren't, right? I mean, it's all a spectrum, but you know, where you fall, I don't, it seems like Black men are struggling with masculinity. I'll put it that way.
And I think it's interesting that his tactic of proving masculinity for other men, his advice is manipulation. When we always hear on these spaces that manipulation is a female tactic, but yet he's out here promoting men to manipulate women 7 years and younger because you could teach them things. It will make you seem more intelligent and make it seem like you are teaching them something. They're more willing to listen to you because you have more experience. All that is a manipulation. None of that is actually skill set that you learn. at all. So how is that going to be considered masculine if you are teaching manipulation where clearly all these men in these spaces, let me know if you're ready, all these men in these spaces talk about manipulation is a feminine trait. So how is he proving he's masculine? Men, can we please think for ourselves? Stop just because this man is charismatic, he wrote a book, and he made millions of dollars, doesn't mean that we should be listening to this man for relationship advice. Now, if you want to go ahead and be a pimp, then you go ahead by all means. Go ahead and be a fucking criminal. If that's what you want to do. But you should not be listening to this man, which is an ex-criminal that wrote a book that also tried to be a rapper as well.
Who set up and made his millions off the backs of women. Like, I can't even look at you as a masculine man because you sit up and use women. You couldn't even make your own money your own way, so you had to make it off somebody else, which a lot of these content creators on the manosphere do. You make your money off the women. So so who are the real leaders then? Because
right. And you know, it's interesting that we hear all these different I guess strategy for masculinity for Black men. So like you said, manipulation, you need somebody who's younger than you so you can teach her everything, you know, dominating women. But the one thing that we hardly ever hear told to Black men, you know, in terms of masculinity, and the couple times when a man will step up and say it, there's a whole lot of pushback, is achievement. That's the number one masculine trait, right? For all groups of men, achievement. You are in a competition with these other groups of men. And so they'll go all around the world talking about all these other things, but, you know, won't hone in on achievement. You need to get yourself out there in the world and be able to lead amongst other men. Once you're able to do that, the women fall in place. You don't even have to worry about that.
And so, you know, Piaziva, so my cousin, he asked me that. So when did you get your masculinity idea from? And right, and I never even realized that me being so very competitive from a very young age, I competed with I always looked at everything as a competition. And I never even realized that since I was so competitive, this is why I never actually had these problems that come up in these spaces, because I'm quick to, whoever's the best basketball player, I'm going to challenge you until I beat you. You're going to see that my will is better than yours. I'm going to run fast. You beat me in a race today, in a month, let's see if you beat me in that goddamn race again. I'm going to keep on moving the lead. I'm going to keep on making myself better, faster, and stronger. And so therefore, I never had a problem with a woman because they look at me as somebody that is competitive against the men of men, or whoever's considered those men of men in that area.
Exactly. That's how it works.
So I'm always
as simple as that. That's how it works.
And women find that attractive. We find that natural competitiveness and that confidence that you bring. That's what made you get all the women, because we're like, oh, look at that. Oh, he's still. We know when you're trying to show out, and we attracted to that. We're like, we see. Oh, you try to alley oop. Oh, okay, you try to make it. Okay, and he cute. All right, all right. You know when you come by the court side and wink at, and you see me watching you and you watching me, and you come by, you wink at me. I see you, baby. I see that confidence, baby. We see it. And that I'm just saying.
I ain't gonna lie, I was one of those kids that got on a lot of people's nerves. I got into a lot of fights because my mouth was big, and I also backed it up with my skill set too. So I did get on a lot of people's nerves when I was young. Just like and nowadays in these YouTube space, I get on a lot of people's nerves. Even though I don't tend to, you're just gonna have to compete. You're gonna have to compete with me. Where is your life? Show me where you can compete with me at. Show it. I want to see it. Show me your life compared to mine. Show me your results compared to mine. Show me your wife compared to mine. Show me your car compared to mine. Show me how fast you can run compared to me. Show me how good your jump shot is compared to me. Whatever it is, we are going to compete. Show me your numbers compared to my numbers. We can compete. And as simple as that, that is one of the solutions that we have. Shout out to Shout out to 187. He said, it's oozing solutions over here. You goddamn right it is. And we're not going to allow you to shame us to say that it's not. One of the solutions that we are talking about is that men, for you to really scale your masculinity, you need to be competing against other men. That's how you prove your masculinity. Not by how many women you sleep with, not by how many women you can manipulate. None of those things matter. You got to compete with other men. That's how we can say that, oh, yes, you got a higher or lower level than that. The reason why we compare Michael Jordan and LeBron. The reason why we're going to compare Patrick Mahomes to Tom Brady. And the reason why somebody like Mac Jones or the Patriots, he would never be in comparison with Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes and so on and so forth, right? It's going to be levels of the shit. It's just what it is. So that's one of the solutions, 187, is that we got to stop using women as our metric level. If women are saying, hey, black man, you only making 48,000, why are you not competing with the white man? You cannot then go and say, hey, at least we making more money than the black woman. You're not supposed to be in competition with the black woman. You're supposed to be in competition with other men because the Asian men are not in competition. And plus, also with black men raising the bar up and they making more money, guess what the women are going to do? They're going to be raised up with us as well because guess what? Asian men is one of the top of the totem pole and making money in America. And guess which ladies is on the top of the totem pole as well? It really ain't that difficult.
I agree, Sharon.
But these men are complaining about this. Y'all want these younger girls, but these younger girls are the ones with the body counts. These are the ones that have babies. You talk about these girls, but you want them. So it's either you don't want the girl that's a baby mama that has a high number of a body count, or you want the girl. I mean, which one is it? Like, you talk about the same women that y'all date. You will sit here and talk hella shit about the same women that y'all be in their DMs about. That should be boggling my mind. Like, you talking about the baby mama, but you in the baby mama DM because she pretty. So it's either you like her or you don't. It shouldn't matter.
Well, the problem is, Nate, a lot of times these men, they do not have a thought of their own is one of the problems. So they hear somebody else talk, and then they use that person's matrix or metrics to value their own relationship. Right. And they get mad at motherfuckers like me that I don't give a fuck what you think about my goddamn wife. That's my wife. I don't give a fuck what number you give her. I don't care how heavy you think she is. It still makes my dick hard. That's my woman. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck what you think about her. Me and her have been riding out for 13 years. You think because you said something, that's supposed to embarrass me because you said something? Y'all niggas is crazy. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck about your thought about what's mine. If I have a goddamn beat up Honda Accord, that's my beat up Honda Accord.
Did y'all see it's a clip from Fresh and Fit going around, and it's a couple. There's a black woman and a racially ambiguous man. He looked like he might be Latino or something, like Dominican. Nevertheless, so they're talking about how the husband, well, when the wife met the husband and they started dating, the wife always earned more. So the husband is like a teaching assistant for autistic kids. And so he was earning, he said he brings in about $28,000 a year. The wife had a job and was in the reserves, and she made about $55,000 a year. So she was the breadwinner. But he got to listening to stuff like Fresh and Fit and decided that he wanted his wife to stay home. And on his $28,000, and she was saying like, okay, I'll do that, but you gonna have to make more money. And so then Fresh or Fit, whichever one it was, asked her, okay, well, how much more? And she was like, if he get to like $80,000, which is about where we at now, then I'll stay home with the kids. And this man had the audacity to say, if I made $80,000, why would I want to be with you?
Typical bandit.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Because you need about $100,000 just to pay for a family of 4.
No, not even that. You still gotta at least make what we making now.
Like,
because we are not gonna survive. If I'm making XY and you making XY, for me to stop, you gotta
make more than what I make.
Or at least
but
equal
so
to
you
what
saying
we make
you
together.
So you
at
saying
least equal
you
to what we make. If we make 80,000 together, if I take my money out of the situation, you gotta fill that void. You have to fill the void, or we're not gonna be able to eat.
No, but basically you're telling me the only reason why you're with me is because I make more money than you.
And then mad because lady make more money and wanted to stay home and quit her job.
So you can go out and do what you want to do and go find one of these little impressionable young girls to show off to your friends. And leave. That's why you want me at home. So
women are not. So here's a problem where I think a lot of men not understand that women do not do that. This is the problem that a lot of men not understand. Women do not do that. Most of the time, women say, if I'm dealing with a broke man, he ain't going to be broke for long, is what they say. We can see countless videos of women saying that. If he's going to be with me, he can't be broke. I'm going to teach him how not to be broke. He goes, and the men, for some reason, have a problem with it. Okay, so if you have a problem with it, then date within your equal social status. Fine. But now when you date there, then you turn to fucking pimping Ken and talking about you cannot teach this girl nothing. And that makes you feel insecure about your own mental thoughts and problems and issues because you can't teach that woman something. That's a you problem. It ain't her fault that you dumb. Read more books. And then when you read a book, talk to her about that book that you read so you can teach her something. Instead of talking about you should date somebody 7 years younger so you could teach that woman about Martin Luther King. That's crazy. And then men out here championing it. That's even crazier. Men need to be in competition with other men. There's nothing wrong with that. If you pop in a bottle, I'm going to pop 10. That's a competition. I don't give a fuck what you say. You got a fast car, you got 400 horses, I'm going to buy a car with 500 horses. My car going to be louder than yours.
And Sharon, we also got to understand, man, that even when we go to basic nature and in the animal kingdom, they understand the order of things, right? So if you got a male rhino and then a female rhino and then another male rhino pull up, they not gonna look to dominate the female rhino. Those two male rhinos are gonna look to try to dominate each other. And then to the victor gets the spoils. So whenever one of the male rhinos show that he has more masculinity than the other male rhino, that's when he gets with the female rhino. You see what I'm saying?
It's that simple. It's just nature.
But
so when I'm on that goddamn basketball court and I cross your ass up and you touch the earth and I start laughing and joking, I slam dunk on your ass, guess what? I'm going to get the better female.
That's nature. And then we have got it to a point to where we twisted it up to where it's men need to dominate women. Like that is a crazy ideology. I don't even know how we got here, but we gotta, rebel against this remedial rhetoric, man, because it's getting to the point to where it's obnoxious now. It's so ludicrous to have people, like spread in this false and fictitious narrative that we have to exude dominance over our woman in order to feel masculine. No, you should have discovered your masculinity on a playground against those other young men that you was competing with.
And I do not think that females are the prize. No, the relationship is. Because guess what? The females are supposed to compete with the other females so they could rise to the goddamn top of the shit as well. If they could walk better, talk better, smile better, whatever it is that females do, that's y'all competition. And it had nothing to do with me. Y'all compete by looking prettier, talking softer, smiling, whatever that is. Y'all go ahead and do that over there. And I'm going to choose accordingly. So no, the relationship is still the prize at the end of the day. Me being the greatest, that's why supposedly the quarterback is supposed to get with the head cheerleader. That's how it was when I was growing up. Is that the head jock is with the head cheerleader. And the head nerd, the one in the science field, he got the smartest girl with the glasses with the tape in the middle. This is what it is. And all of a sudden, we act like this shit don't exist anymore. Now these men want to be pretty red dimes. Pretty red dimes. That's what they want to be. They want to be the ones that's chosen now. They want Simone Biles to come up to them and say, yeah, when I seen him, I thought he was a pretty red dime. That's why I hollered at him. And his bitch ass said, yeah, I allowed her to catch me. The fuck?
So an older man was saying that men in general need to target younger women. Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
So he basically suggesting that men be predators.
Yeah. Not only that, he said for a fact, this is what he said, Dow. He said, my grandpa told me you cannot teach an old dog new tricks, but you can teach a new dog old tricks. What the fuck? That sounds crazy in itself. What's your thoughts on that statement right there?
That sounds like some goofy shit. I mean, Jalen said that because of the pimp.
Pimp and Ken. Pimp and Ken, yeah.
So he's a real life pimp.
Mm-hmm. Or was.
So he a predator.
And this is the people that they want to take advice from.
Who?
Men.
Bandits.
Ooh. That might be a proper word for it.
Well,
he's literally a criminal, right? So bandit is probably the proper word. He's literally a criminal. That's what bandit means, a criminal.
I mean, because the key thing is when you targeted him. It'd be different if he just walked up randomly and met a woman at a restaurant and she was 22 or whatever. But if he targeting women that's a certain age, and that nigga seemed like a predator.
And not only that, you teaching other men, you putting this in their mind, this is the best way to prove that you have masculinity by being with younger women 7 years younger, because you are able to teach them. They are less argumentative, because if you get with somebody your age group and your intellectual prowess, they will most likely debate you. Yeah. Maybe because they would debate you because you're stupid. Maybe because you're dumb. Maybe you need to read a book so you won't be reading at a 4th grade level.
Yeah.
Guess what? Me and PhD but barely fucking argue. Why? And clearly her brain power is way more developed than mine, at least academically. To the bare minimum, we could say that at least. And I have no problem with it. Me and her could still have a great conversation, disagree, without us talking crazy about it and being disrespectful. PhD was lucky I didn't meet her earlier to tear her smart ass up.
Excuse me. A mess.
Bandits are stupid, man, these days. It's getting worse and worse out here, Supreme Goddess.
Yeah, but so the thing is, like, degrees are for jobs, right? But we out here living, and yeah, you spend a sizable amount of your time at jobs, but in a couple, the stuff that you're going to be discussing and trying to, the problems y'all trying to solve together ain't gonna be related to, usually and many times, whatever your background is or whatever you do for a living. And so, from that standpoint, I don't even think a person having a particular degree, means that they would be the intellectual lead in the relationship, right? It's whoever. I'm of the mind that whoever got the most expertise in whatever we facing right now, go out front and, tell us what we need to do. And it's as simple as that.
Welcome to the stage, Jay Prince for president. Good day. Good to see you, sir.
Hey, good morning. Hey, good morning, everyone.
Thank you.
Black House.
So Shannon Ross, he says men should date who are amendable, agreeable, cooperative, non-cankerous, non-contentious, and friendly, no matter her age. Now, here's the problem arise. What age range is that? For me, it's every age range. Personally, I ain't never met a woman that didn't like me. Oh, she is. She always going to agree. She always going to be able to say, I love your smile. I love the way how you move. I love the way how you dunk a basketball. I love the way how you laugh. I love the way how you make me laugh. I ain't never met a woman that I can't get. But maybe because I could put my dominance on other men, so therefore women just going to follow behind me blindly. They'll put a fucking blind on. Where are we going? I am walking with you. They won't even give a fuck. They don't care. Because they see how I move.
I don't believe you.
You don't have to. That's the thing. You don't have to, but guess what? The women will. They like, I'm comfortable. I hang out with Sharon. Yeah, I go with
Especially with this dominance over other men. That's no.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's dangerous too, because a lot of men, let's say if you did right, dominate other men, eventually those men that you've been dominated, they're gonna start sizing you up. The man not gonna let you dominate them for too long before they start want to attack you.
Perfect.
That's why you got to make an example out of somebody, Jay Prince.
Perfect. I'm glad that you said that. So me, I never strayed away from that. So a motherfucker said, I'm gonna whoop your ass, then go ahead and whip it. You gonna rock my world, then rock it. You run faster than me? Line up. I'm gonna outrun you. You want to play basketball? I'm gonna out basketball. You want to play football? I'm gonna out football you. So when you start sizing me up, and then the shit that I'm saying out my mouth come into fruition and it's real life, then what you gonna say?
See, the type of country that we live in, country that we live in, right? There's no one king. So that idea represents in the society that we live. We don't look at one man to be a leader, right? And let's just say you can have men to respect you, but that's why I wouldn't want to have be a ruler or nothing, because it's gonna be people within your own gang gonna be looking at like what makes why he so better than me. It's gonna be men gonna be thinking like that, and before you know it, you gonna. That's how a lot of dudes in like gang drug turfs and stuff. That's how they get got.
But see, here's the thing, Jay Prince. For me, I never backed away from that size and order. I ain't gonna see. That's why women are willing to follow me wherever I go, because they know I'm willing to compete at all costs. So if even the men in my circle start to show some kind of strange behavior, then me and you gonna compete next too. And then I will show you that I'm better than you as well. And then once I put the proof out there, you cannot argue it.
Why would you want to waste that much energy to prove that you're better? That's not masculine to me.
Oh, it's absolutely mad. Me showing my dominance is masculine to me.
No, a masculine man to me is he wouldn't mind to see other people leading that. Like, let's just say I might be leader in 3 sports or whatever, 3 types of stuff. But I might not know nothing about something in math, but what you good at. I wouldn't mind allowing you to lead in math. I would want you to educate me on that so I could become a leader in that. The people, when you talk about leaders, they act like leaders only just because they are very equipped or smart in a few avenues. Now they begin to think they just leaders all across the board.
I agree with that. And before I agree, and I'll explain to you why I agree with it.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to Arnold Allen III. He says, because you agree with her, you're not breaking no ground. That's a lie. Here's $2 before y'all time out the money. Don't time out the money, nobody, because we love money over it, because money make the vagina go whoop whoop.
Mm-hmm.
Split this with Dow to help him self-medicate. He doesn't need no help with that. He does it pretty well by himself. So here's the thing, Jay Prince. So now that is a different kind of topic. So like if I am the wide receiver and I'm on Patrick Mahomes' team, I'm willing to let him lead that team. That's why I'm using team sports. If I'm playing on a team with Kobe and Shaq, I'm willing to let him lead the team because he proved that he's better than me. As no woman's going to look at me as slighter than him. But I just cannot go out there and say I'm better than Kobe unless I can prove that I'm better.
By me listening to you, your masculinity is it comes from you are the way you talking. It sounds like Your masculinity and who you are as a man revolves around a woman accepting you instead of something that's innately with inside of you. You let the respect of women or the women views of you determine if you a man or not.
Absolutely not, because I said that I prove it by whooping other men's asses, not by whooping women's asses.
See, that's not what I'm referring to. What I'm referring is that you get your validation from a woman instead of getting that validation of society, one, or yourself. My masculinity don't revolves around women.
So, so give me an example of what I said that make you say that.
Everything that you've been saying that you want to
So
go.
me saying that
We
I want to be
basically
better, I want to be the best basketball player to other men, the fastest runner, the biggest fighter, making the most money, having the biggest car. I want to have all that over other men. It's saying that I'm looking for female
so you could be
validation.
appealing. Yeah, so you could be appealing to women because everything you've been naming, you've been bringing up. All women love me because I'm dominated. They're gonna follow me blindly and all this other type of stuff. And you making yourself come off like your validation comes from a woman.
No, so what I said is that me dominating the way how I am, women is gonna naturally follow me.
Right?
Because they
What happens if
see
you
that
get
I
dominated?
could compete. They could see that I can compete. So this way, I never had to go ahead and prove anything to a woman because I already proved it in a masculine space. I proved that who I was, I'm strong enough. The way how you said that, well, men is gonna look you up and test you and all that, and I stood the test of time. And so therefore, when I go after a woman, they recognize that in me right away from the way how I talk, the way how I walk, the way how I look them in their face, everything. They see that and then they coming, they going with me. They'll put a blindfold. Wherever Sharon go, I am going because he proved it already. I could tell by how he walked. No matter where I go in this world, I am who I am. I don't have to put no mask on. I don't need no fucking representation. I can go to any hood and be good, and I did it plenty of times in my life.
What happens if you get dominated in front of a woman?
I don't know what you mean. That never happened to me.
See, and I think that would be a like a funeral for you because
Absolutely not.
the reason why I would say that would be like a funeral for you because you think so highly of dominating others, especially when you talking about dominating other men. There's so many men that's you're gonna attract the wrong type of attention talking like that.
So I
Because
think the
let's just
problem
say
is what
men
you
will
think
listen
about
to you.
dominating is I think you think dominate means that you lose.
No, I do not. What being dominated? Yes, you are been if he dominating you, but see the difference is you let us say men listens to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you give us some good advice and some stuff like that, some good lessons, and men listens to you behind closed doors. You would use that to say you dominate men because you done and gave men some new information. Where where at that point, those men would be like looking like, dude, hold on, dog. You ain't dominating me because you done educate me on something. I know some shit that you don't know.
Okay.
Do that mean that I'm dominating you? I think that word dominating can be very I don't think we use it in the street because it can become very deadly.
Well, if you scared, get a goddamn dog. What's up, Chicago Gorilla? How you feeling?
Maintaining, beloved. What's the good word, man?
Everything's good. I'm over here dominating these men in these spaces, and they tell me that I feel envy.
I mean, you know, the nature of men is to compete. It's like how you were saying when you're on the basketball court. If you playing, I don't know what they call it up there, but if you playing 21 or varsity or whatever y'all call it, you know, the game is to get to 21 first. So you compete. And typically in every aspect, you know, if I'm on my job, I'm competing with other leaders, right, for the top
Right.
spot. So no, that's our nature to compete. And I
I
know
just
somebody was. Go ahead, my bad.
I just believe in staying in my own lane. Stand in your own lane. I think that's more. I think that's better now. When it's time to compete, far as like sports or whatever, okay, that's a different type of thing. But in life, everybody got their own personal fight, so you cannot compete with that. Everybody got their own issues that they dealing with justly. So I don't have to compete with no other men. I don't have to compete to be a better father to my kids. I'm just standing my own lane. I'm doing what's
That's a
best for my
goddamn
kids.
lie. It's
No,
a damn lie. That's a
no,
lie.
I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm living it. I'm not competing with no other man. Ain't
Well,
no other man in my life.
that is a mistake that you should not do anymore. That is a mistake. To not
No,
compete is
I
a
will not
mistake,
stress
and
myself out
it's a
and
horrible
bring that
mistake,
much
and
weight
it's
on
gonna
my
bite you
shoulders.
in the ass when you get a little bit older and your children get older, or whoever it is that is looking up to when you get older, they're gonna look at you like, damn, and you're gonna be like, shit, I should have competed harder because I could have really pushed out my full potential. Because when you're not competing, you're not pushing out your full potential. This is the problem with a lot of human beings. A tree is always going to reach its highest fucking peak. It's always going to grow as tall as it fucking can be. Humans is the only things in this world that could stump its own growth.
Are you
You can be
competing
as
to have
tall
your
as you
wife?
fucking can be, but since you don't want to compete, you will never reach your highest level.
Are you
You're
competing
right,
to keep your
that's
wife?
facts. That's facts.
Say that
Are you
again.
compete? Are you competing to? Are you competing to stay married?
I don't understand that question.
Meaning, are you competing to keep your wife?
Yes.
What happens if you lose? Then what?
Then I get a better one.
I like your answer, but that sounds
So
like
see,
some
this
shit
is
I'll
what
say.
happens when you're in a competitive mode. And this is how you don't lose your good woman because she
I
knows
know.
you
I
always going to be
understand.
moving
It's more
forward.
peace. It's more peaceful. It's more sustainable to just stay in your own lane. What the next man do, I don't shit. I don't care what another man do. I don't care what other fathers do with their kids. I know what I got going on. Now I can look at Sharon and say, okay, I like what Sharon did with his daughter. How he talked to her this way, he got this different response. Okay, I can add that and see if it work with mine.
Right.
But far as like out here just every day trying to find a man to be jealous of, because that's
So
technically what it
I'm
is.
glad you said that
You
word.
be competing with people that they don't even know you. I had people competing with me based on YouTube that I didn't even know was competing. I didn't think I wasn't. For a long time, I didn't think I wasn't shit on here. I
So
thought I
I'm
was just an
glad that you used
ordinary
that
nigga.
because it is two different kind of competitions we talking about. Because I'm talking more of a healthy one. Because I feel like if I'm competing and I'm grinding, I'm building something, I think Dow's gonna want to compete against me in a healthy way to be better than me. And then I'm gonna get and return the same favor. So this way we are always climbing the ladder. He get a little higher, I get higher, and we keep on climbing together. Same thing with Chicago. You know, Chicago said, "Hey, what books are you reading?" That's just a natural competition. Not saying that he want to read more than me or but it's just that, oh, what you reading? I want to hear what you reading. Let me see what level you on. And we always continue to build with each other. And that's what I'm talking about, healthy competition, not jealous competition. Not, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and be like,
Well, competition definitely
break
gonna
his
breed
leg.
jealousy.
I'm gonna hurt him and injure him in the game, so this way I can have more stats to him. I'm not talking about that kind of competition.
Well, smoking weed can be healthy, but it's a gateway. It's a gateway to smoking every day. Then after smoking it every day, you get to start feeling for other higher drugs. Everything in life start off magical, right? Everything we like to do is start off good. If you notice, everything that we think is good is actually bad for us, especially because now we done take it to the point where we use it too much and now we abusing it. So competition in general gonna always breed jealousy eventually.
I disagree, Jay Prince. Let me explain to you why. Right? I think when I'm not accusing your people. Let me make sure I'm clear about that. But when people around hoe ass niggas, anything can breed jealousy, right? Let me give you some history lessons from Big Meech. You can put a video up yourself. They down in Atlanta, they filming. Me say it's never gonna be a crew like the one you see. We all get money. I got a Range Rover, I got a Rolex. We all got the same thing. We share bitches, we share money, we do all of that. Ain't no attitude, there's no ego between us. Black Mafia family, right? Because it's no ego between our families, no ego between our blood. But when you're dealing with hoe ass niggas and they egotistical, they want the spot. They don't care about they eating. They want recognition. They want clout. Whatever the fuck they think come with that title, right? And they hardly ever even ready to hold that position. Really, they just want the nuances of it. the thing about it, like I said, man, when it comes to like building a crew, only if you got jealousy within your own crew, that's like a cancer. You need to cut that out immediately. I won't let that build in, because you let that grow for too long. Look at your situation that happened with your man's. Grew within you, took your audience, talk down on you now. Right?
Well, those one of my audience. Nothing. If stuff could be taken, and if I didn't give it away, then
I
one
agree to
never
that.
mind.
I agree to that.
The only people, the crew, you should be. And I was going to touch on this earlier. Now that I done had my epiphany of what a woman is, women is your biggest crew, and there you actually have that.
Yeah.
Women is the one that's gonna really be is your game. Niggas always gonna have a secret best interest, a secret agenda in it, right? They always that's just in a man's nature,
Yeah.
right? So that's what I'm saying now. You damn near saying what I'm saying. So the only if I had a crew, the only people I will really trust is the woman. Now that woman can get taken over, but she gonna typically, if you doing the right things by her, she gonna watch you. She actually, back in African days, you know how we say the right hand man. It used to be the right hand woman. Your woman always had been your right hand. Your woman got your back more than anybody, and she gonna know. She gonna let you know what's coming to you, and she got more awareness. Like you could be talking. I could
So
be conversating.
here's what we
Let
are
me say if I
gonna
was with Nate, I
here's
could
what
be
we're
having
gonna
a
disagree, J
conversation with
Prince.
Sharon, and I'm paying attention to Sharon, but Nate gonna hear all the type of snake stuff what Sharon's saying, even when I'm not even really looking at him like that.
So here where we're gonna disagree, J Prince. I think what you need to do is not look at it as gender based. Your crew, your gang, your whatever you want to call it, it should be a mental base. Is this person competent? It doesn't matter what gender. Is this person logical? Is this person got the best interest at mind when they think of me? That's what you need to look at it as, not a gender thing, because it's not the same way how they got jealous ass niggas, they got jealous ass females as well. And they could bring you down quicker than any. This is one of the reasons why I was very stingy with my peen growing up, because I know the quickest way to get a nigga killed is through a woman. And the quickest way they use them is they put her in your circle, thinking that she's all sweet on you, laying up in the fucking bed, and next thing you know, you got a fucking pistol in your face. Or even worse, she put a knife in your fucking chest while you sleep. And I know people that went through it. So I don't trust no woman like that. I trust intelligence more than I trust a gender. What's up, Chicago? What's your thoughts? And I'm gonna walk up on the etc. Go ahead,
Yo, what
Chicago.
up, Omni? Diva, you out the shower yet?
You know what?
Hey, Brownsville still up here?
Yeah.
Brownsville, you gotta put the pressure on Sharon to clip your intro, man. You gotta get that verse from Annie up, man. You gotta get them to clip that, man. Every time you pull up to the stage, you should hear Brownsville, home of the brave. Anyway, I'm glad Jay Prince is saying this, because it's going to the top of the show during your monologue, Sharon, where you was talking about relationships being beyond sex. And I was just sitting on the panel where brothers were saying woman's no good other than sex and food and all this other stuff. And that when I introduced it to the conversation about women having value in terms of their insight, being able to see your blind spots, being able to inspire and nurture you, shoot, I was told you could outsource all that. So I'm glad the brother brought it back full circle and added context. Hold on, brother, because I didn't interrupt you. I appreciate you, though. I didn't pull up. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, because I'm about to let this black dollar circulate throughout the city. But I really pulled up, Sharon, because, on a day like today, and I agree with you, Valentine's Day is every day. I believe that people who are in good, healthy relationships got to start speaking up and speaking about the good that they experience. I'm thinking about BJ the Chicago Kid, right? He has a song called Close that was written by Ella May. Matter of fact, Ella May has the same song on her album. But there's a verse on there that I think brothers should really pay attention to, women too, but brothers in particular. He says to his woman, there could be a room full of niggas just stay by my side. I'm looking at how the whole world's searching, but I got mine. You hear what I said, fam?
That's a bar.
Fam, did you hear what I said? I had to re-listen. I was listening to that since last night again, fam. And that John hit so hard because, you know what I'm saying? Me and my lady, we in the process of closing on our house. And if any of y'all ever purchased a house, you know how stressful that can be.
Ooh,
right?
Congratulations.
You can't spend
Yeah,
a
thank you.
dollar. You buy a piece of gum, they calling you. What you buy that gum for?
Yeah,
What?
congrats, congrats. It's a beautiful thing.
No, I
How long is the
appreciate y'all.
mortgage deal? How long is the mortgage deal?
Wait, hold on. Jay Prince. Hold on. I appreciate you though, brother. So we going through exactly that. So when I send them super chats and everything else, know that that's coming from a different account that hasn't been disclosed yet, right? But the point being, right, is that we in the cut together. We going through the process together. So those days where she's having to field those, because I don't field all those calls. I'm at work. You understand what I'm saying? So when she's on the phone having to deal with all that, and I have to be the one to come home and redirect and refocus and repurpose her, right? Or those days where I've had a long day at work and I come home and she has to pour into me. It's reciprocity, man. And I'm saying this year, because here's the thing. You talk about rebelling against remedial rhetoric, right?
Yes.
That is going to increase this year. So if good people just stay on the sidelines and are silent, you're going to get overshadowed by the people that's just spewing nonsense. Meanwhile, we still sit at the bottom of everything as a people. I'm saying as black people, we're at the bottom of everything. We don't have the time for it, brother. So I just wanted to pull up with that, man. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Rilla. Hey,
yes,
Rilla.
sir.
You know, on that panel, I won $100 because we spent hours
salute.
trying to. Yeah, we spent hours trying to figure out what women bring, and I finally found the answer what women really bring. You
That's dope. I bounced to yeah. Go for it.
Women brings something that you can't outsource. Women brings a healthy woman brings the spirit and the energy of a god. She's the human form of God, right? When you think about the characteristics of God, you basically explaining a woman. You know, the energies that, like, for an example, you go to a single man home, his house gonna look all dull. Most people gonna say, man, you a woman here. Why? Because she gonna bring a certain type of energy. She gonna make that your house, your home feel more like a home, right? Even when you all upset, a healthy woman can calm you the fuck down with just a soft voice. Ain't nobody gonna forgive you the way a woman will. And Aaron brought up, well, Jay Prince, you cuss these women out. You just got done cussing them out. We all have said some crazy shit about women and who still support us. Who's still there? Who mainly support us? The women. If that have been niggas talking to us, we were like, oh fuck that nigga. We would went somewhere else. Your mama gonna love you when your daddy gonna give up on you. Your sister gonna love you when your brother say fuck you. Your daughter gonna still rock with you when your son say, man, I'm on my own, fuck that nigga. So I do believe, like, I think that we've been putting women in the wrong position. No one ever told us what women really brung, so we didn't know. So we started expecting certain stuff that women wasn't designed to be. You know how niggas say one thing, they say that women, they want that feminine energy, but they don't even know what feminine energy really looks like. So I think the reason why we have been so out of bounds when it comes and not been in touch with our women is because we don't understand. We never was told nor got an understanding of what a woman really brings. I think I'm about the first person, because we've been asking this question for a long time. Not even women understood that they bring like an energy of God into a man's life. When it hits different when your mama died compared to your daddy, especially for a man. If you had a healthy daddy and a healthy mother, and they both die, it's something about that. It's something about when your mama die, it's way different. What you think?
I think
I
the death
agree
part
with.
depends on. on a relationship, to be honest. I think that's relationship, right? I think on most people where we come from, we have a stronger relationship with our mothers than our fathers because that's just how it was. Because a lot of us come from
She's the
single,
nurturer.
you're right, and a lot of us come from single mother households, and that's why I don't understand why people be
1000.
going with the.
Even if you come from both parents, for a
I don't
man,
know. I'm gonna just say this anecdotally, Jay Prince. I don't know because I got a homeboy that we grew up on the same block, right? He went to prison at 15, right? He caught a murder charge and he did 20 years. When that brother came out and me and him talk often, every time I talk to this brother, he's always telling me about his father. He was raised with both. He's telling me about how his father came to visit him. He's telling me about how his father poured into him, how his father sent him money. You know, I think it's to Sharon's point. I understand the overarching idea of what you're communicating. I don't completely disagree with it. I just think some of the stuff that you're saying is not gender specific because, like, say for me with my sons, I know for a fact they love me and their mother equal. Well, not equally, but you understand what I'm saying. Right. It's a blow when the transition comes, like, because for me, I'm designing mine to be more of a celebration. I don't want nobody wearing black. I want all white, and I want b-boys and break dancers at my homegoing service, and I want my ashes. I want my ashes in Lake Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Bury me with the ancestors. You dig? But I agree.
I've always been back and forth about
Okay,
cremation and not too, Gorilla.
Yeah, I agree with majority of what you're saying because I understand the premise of where you're coming from, and I'm glad that brothers could come to the conclusion to kind of counter what's being said in the space about women and their value. Like, to me, that's ridiculous, right? But again, it goes to what I've been saying in the comments. People will say, well, you need to know this about this person. You can't know nothing about nobody else till you know self. The hip hop that I was raised up on talked about knowledge of self. They borrowed the 5% ideology all the time, right? And it forced us but see, Sharon, that translated in Chicago because basically what you were saying was know thyself to supply thy wealth.
Woo!
You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta have knowledge of self before I could do the knowledge on anybody else. That's what I'm saying. I gotta be real with me. If I don't know me, I'm not in position. Okay, I'll put it to you like this, and I'll pipe down, I promise. When I went through what I went through, I share this story all the time. When I went through what I went through in Detroit, right, and I was on the way back home, I had to take that time to deal with me. I had to take time. I think it was about 6 months that I just dealt in monk mode almost. It was unintentional, but it was monk mode. I had to eat right. I had to run. I was running every day, like 5 miles a day. This, that, and the third with the woo. I was reading a lot. I was reading like a lot, right? And I did not mess around with women during that time, man. One of the reasons because I knew I would have damaged them women because I wasn't prepared to commit to them. So I spent more time pouring into me and less time focusing on women and busting nuts. And at the end of the day, what happened is when my boo thing presented herself, I was able to see her clearly for who she was. If I hadn't spent that time doing the knowledge on me, I damn sure wouldn't have been able to recognize when she showed up. You understand what I'm saying? Now we together 8 years, married 2 next week, right? But had I not done the work that I needed to do on self, I wouldn't have been able to recognize her. So I agree in large with what you're saying. The only caveat that I would add is that we continually got to invest in, pour in, and learn about ourselves first before we get to, looking at other people and breaking them down. That's all I got.
Awesome.
I agree. I agree with some of that.
Hey, I also want to bring Omni into the conversation. We're gonna go Omni, Diva, Brownsville, Nay. Go ahead, Omni. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just been, I've just been waiting, listening. I I gotta disagree with the majority of what Jay Prince said.
Do your thing.
Just because I can't take any human being to be God. Humans are innately flawed individuals. We fall short far too often to be compared to an infallible being. When it comes to the conversation that I came in on is essentially the nature of competition. Competition is something that is ingrained in life. You know what I'm saying? You You have to compete. Everything on the planet, everything that is living is competing for space on the planet. Human beings are about to reach a population on the planet of 9 to 10 billion. When that happens, it's going to be more wars. It's going to be more mass, you know what I'm saying, more mass violence. You're going to see humanity at its worst when that happens because the resources are going to be limited. They're going to be scarce. Competition, we're like, honestly, for a man, not competing is not an option. Honestly, you if you don't want to compete, this is what I really want to say. If any man, and I've dealt with boys um that don't think about competing. They don't like to embrace change in life. And then, I give them the game of what they need to do in situations. They don't do it. They want to goof off. They want to do what they want to do instead. Remember, we had this conversation about men doing what they want to do versus men doing what they have to do. They don't want to do what they have to do. They turn to do what they want to do, and then they come back to me with those shitty results, and I got nothing for them because I told you what to do about your situation before it got to this point. And now you want me to fix it, a man that does compete versus you who didn't want to compete. You didn't want to do anything about your situation. I gave you the game. I gave you the know-how to do it. And now that the timer is running out, like they got a shot clock in basketball. You missed the shot clock. Now it's the other team's ball. You know
See,
what I'm
that's why
saying?
you step out your place, right? And I had a big cousin that sounded just like you. He wanted me to do everything his way. He didn't understand that I had my own road that I wanted to take. And if I didn't do stuff the way he wanted me to do, by his perspective, as if God chose him to be the human Jesus, whatever the case,
Mm.
then he didn't want to fuck with you. So
Nope.
and eventually I
That
stopped
it.
fucking with him. And a lot of people don't really fuck with him because of that. Because now that's coming in the lines of controlling. And
No.
and and every these young men, you gotta allow them to be who they are. If he come back to you, let's say if a young dude, if I teach my little nephews one thing, I understand with my nephews, they got to go through their own roads to understand the wisdom that you've been teaching. You can sit up here and tell somebody something all day long for years at a time. If for a lot of people, if they didn't go through it, if they did not go through it, they're not going to understand what you're saying. A lot of what I have learned, you know, I learned by going through shit and bumping my head, and that's why I got the wisdom that I got. Everybody can't just go off what somebody telling them. And at that point, how's they living their life?
Well, this is
How
the
they
thing.
finding who they really are? If
This is
if
the
you
thing,
de- if
JP,
you
and this
if
is
you
exactly why I
defining
let
them,
you. This is
go
why I
ahead.
let you interrupt me for this period of time, because I wanted you to have it on full display. Listen, you can do whatever you want to do. That's perfectly fine. I'm not arguing that. I'm saying when you come to me for the game, when you come to me in distress, and you say, "Yo, can you help?" I give you the help. You don't want to implement it for yourself because my help is getting you to a place of self-sustainability. It's not me taking you in for the third time. I'm talking about a specific individual, but I don't want to say names. It's not me taking you into my home for the third time because the second time should have been the last time. Honestly, the first time that I had you in my home should have been the last time. But you keep doing the same habits. You keep you're not prioritizing yourself. You're not thinking about, oh, I need to be good on my own. You're always in a situation in which you have to be with somebody else, but you can't be with yourself for a period of time. And so you trust in others so often and wonder why when you don't plan for yourself, you end up out here with your ass out on the street because you didn't think enough ahead or think enough of yourself to prioritize yourself and what you needed. That was the game that I was giving the young boy, and then he came to me for a third time. Can I stay in your? No, no.
Can I ask you a
We're not
question
doing it.
before you go on?
And
You
let me
just
say
proved another
this.
point of mine.
Let me say this.
Oh,
Let
go
me
ahead.
say this. Those who do not compete, excuse me, those who do not compete have absolutely no excuse or right to complain.
Okay,
You
now
get what you
Sharon,
get.
how many times men or people, I don't know if you did or not, how many times did you go to God?
I go to God every day.
How many times you feel like you let God down?
I fall short. I fall short often.
You fall short often, right? Was it
Absolutely.
more than 3 times?
Yeah. And this is exactly why I say you
Wait.
shouldn't.
I'm finna get somewhere.
Go ahead.
Now you heard what you said. You shouldn't never left them. You should have never had let the young dude in your life again after the first time he fucked up. So he said you said after 3 times that's when you just shut the doors on him. But I guarantee
It should
you,
have been after the
what
first time.
it
It's
should have
not
been after the
shutting the
first time.
door.
But you let him in 3 times, right? And this is why I say women is God, because majority of women gonna allow the man to come back no matter how many times
Oh,
he
Jesus
fucked
Christ.
up.
You got like fucked up.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's what I'm saying. This is
But that
listen to the
no.
Child,
ideology.
You
please.
Yes,
ain't come to
yes,
get
Listen
my
to
exactly
Child,
right.
the
please.
ideology.
A
Child,
Really
please.
pay
woman gonna
attention to
allow
what this
them
nigga is
doors.
saying.
You
Really
come
pay
on, not
attention to what this
fellas,
nigga is saying.
fellas in the chat. Darrell, Chicago
Nope.
Rilla,
Nope.
Chicago Rilla.
Nope.
If you
Ladies,
was
do you want to be subjected to this?
right,
Nope.
who was gonna let you in the house? Because most dads will sound like Omni. Nigga, you only got a couple of strikes.
Yes, and you know why? You
He
know why
just
that
said he
is?
went to
You know why
God.
that is?
But Omni,
No,
You said you went to
Jay Prince.
God
I'm gonna
more
tell
than
you
3
exactly why
times.
that is.
You supposed to be the reflection of God. I thought we was the
Right.
image of God. But
Absolutely. Let me tell
but
you exactly what I'm saying.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
What? Easy Money Jones with the 2 ball. He says, what is competition? Who are you competing with? Also, I'm dropping in the chat my new store, brand new. It didn't get approved by YouTube yet, but I do have a new store. I would love for y'all to check out the store, pick up some things that you like, hats, hoodies, shirts, all types of different things that we have there. Please go pick up something. I think you like my designs. I've been working on this for a while. And as we get better, the clothes is going to get better and better and better as we keep on continuing to design things. It's not just my slogans, it's also different ideas and design patterns that I had in my mind. So hopefully y'all enjoy it. So hopefully y'all go check it out. Hopefully you like something enough to go and buy it and support. So thank you for just checking it out. So Easy Money Jones says, what is competition and who you're competing with? Go ahead. What's your thoughts?
Well, let me finish what I was saying, because me and Jay Prince got into a little back and forth. But let me finish that, and I'll give you my answer at the end. Listen, if you didn't, this is something that's ingrained in the makeup of every human being, right? If you deny someone the opportunity to fall, you hinder their ability to fly. If you deny
Say that again.
if you deny someone the opportunity to fall, you hinder their ability to fly. They can't
I
fly
understand what he's
unless they.
saying. It's deep. It's deep. Go
That
ahead.
is.
You can't fly unless you take a leap first. And if somebody doesn't want to take that leap, they can't ever hope to fly.
Right. So how many times let me ask you a question. And this is what I'm saying. How many times you done fucked up or messed up on your woman?
Actually, never.
Well, realistically, most men, a woman would take a man back no matter how many times, right? But on the
Ouch.
flip end,
And it's
that's not how
destroying
we
women. They
moving.
reported
Men
they.
not moving the way women moving. That's why I say women are the God of forgiveness. Women are the God of love.
Oh my
Women
God.
brings that. Women bring. If you got a party, I would not want to be at a party nothing but men. When women there, they brings this energy of life. They makes the party.
And men abuse that. That's what women are reporting. Every time these women get on the panels, they're always talking about the
Because
ain't
we are
shit nigga
unhealthy
that
people right
keeps
now.
doing
First off, we
wrong
didn't know
because
what
they
our
keep allowing
purpose.
it.
first off, we didn't know our purpose. I believe that we are unhealthy. That's the reason why we able to say, like, we able to bring up all of the bad stuff of it. But if we was operating in a healthy position, men was operating healthy, women was operating healthy, I think you really understand what a woman role really is. If you, the problem is, especially for our race of women, we never placed them in a position to be in a healthy, to be in the position of being healthy in the world that God created them to be, because we too busy placing them into a man's main role, and that's not what women are designed to. That's not what women are designed for. Women is not designed to be sitting up here working jobs, building, and all this other type of stuff. I think men is the god of logic, and women are the god of God's heart. She is. That's why most men say, what do we most say? Women's supposed to be our peace. She's supposed to be feminine. She's supposed to be loving. She's supposed to be nurturing. She's supposed to be forgiving. She's supposed to be, all of that is energies of what you. If you look up the definition of God, you basically explaining God. She ain't supposed to work, pay the bills, worry about all the other type of stuff. Us men, we have to. I think that now I got an understanding of women and they role. I don't think I'm gonna leave off that. I'm still gonna believe and stand strong on what I believe in now. Um, I think when it comes to women, I'm gonna be more focused on keeping them in that spiritual place and where they supposed to, where
So
God
Jay
designed them
Prince,
to
so let's
be.
let's build on that part of your thought pattern. How are you going to build on that so they can stay within this feminine frame that you're talking about?
Don't
And
keep
you
putting them
not
in a
compete.
position of a don't if I get with a woman, right, or my kids, never put them in a position where they gotta act like a man.
So
So that
now,
means
what
you got to
what is
compete.
what is, what does that mean? Act like a man. What is your thoughts on that? What does that mean? Act like a man? Because
The reason
this is something that we got to really start trying to really peel back this onion up. Act like a man. What is act like a man?
for once you put them in a position where they got to work and to worry about bills and
When
all
women,
this other stuff. When you when
number
you when you
one,
think
Jay
about when you
Prince,
you
women always
Having
worked.
bills is part of being
no,
always
okay,
work.
they work in different ways, right? Like that's why you see a lot of nurses. What is nurses? Nurturing to fix people, right? That's a woman's role, right? So what I'm saying is um I shouldn't be expecting women to be what they were not designed to be. I'm going to mainly focus on, okay, what are the characteristics of God, and what are the characteristics? What do women bring, far as like all of these type of energies, and try to build and build off that, keeping them in the energy of being loving.
All right.
You
So
got to
so
keep in
far,
Hey,
mind.
but
so
Jay,
Jay Prince,
yo,
are you saying?
Sharon, can I cut in right here real
You,
quick?
you,
Please,
I just
you
got
yeah.
got
one thing to say real quick. I just got one thing to say, JP. Uh, the one thing I wanted to point out to you, JP, is that what's flawed about some of the things that you're saying. One, and in which you're saying is, and it sounds good, but I'm gonna explain how it's flawed. You're saying that woman is the God of love and the God of forgiveness, right? That sounds good on the surface, but
mhm.
what's coming behind that is if they're the God of love and a God of forgiveness, then that means it's the expectation for them to have to endure a lot of pain and endure a lot of hate. You know what I'm saying? And that
Thank
is a
you.
dangerous rhetoric that we got to eliminate from our culture. You know what I'm saying? Because
But that's
at
why
the
you
end of the day,
don't.
hold on, JP. At the end of the day, women are human just like men, right? And just like men, they don't like pain. They don't like suffering. They don't like hate, right? So we should not give them the expectation that they supposed to just endure all those things, right? We got to eliminate that. That's where the protection come in. We supposed to protect them from those things, not expect them to endure all these harsh things. So
But
we got to correct that remedial rhetoric. We got to
no,
come
no.
to the
But
solutions
this
on
where you
correcting
this
that.
where you this where
Thank
you
you,
wrong.
Brownsville.
If you allow me to finish, right?
Thank
This where
you.
you wrong at. It's the reason why women are distracted. Like God believe in no people left behind, right? So this is why y'all complaining that women is choosing broken men compared to the men that's already put together fits. If it was left up to
Did you
men,
just say God believes in no person left behind?
yeah, because God loved all the people He created, right?
No, he loves everybody that was created, but he has no problem leaving you outside.
According to who though?
According to God. What? Why do you
See,
think hell exists?
that's where you get wrong at, right? But let me finish
All
my
right,
point.
so I want to say is before you finish, we at the 3 hour mark, and y'all want to keep this goddamn great conversation going. We hear y'all saying this great
I
conversation,
meant to have this on my show.
but guess what is not happening? It's not a bunch of great financial support, goddamn it. So therefore, to keep the conversation going, we need $60 within the next 20 minutes, or we will end the show. You got 20 minutes to come up with $60. Let's group do this thing. We got to do this as a group. We got 130 people watching. Let's all send $1 super stickers, $1 super chats, $1 cash chats, $1 PayPal, however you got to figure it out. But let's make it happen. Thank you. Go ahead, JP.
Okay, when you think about
And you
like
also could just buy one hoodie that also works as well.
when you talk about the broken men, who we call thugs, right? It's the reason why women is more attracted to them than the men that's already put together. Because if I had to look at it right, like for an example, your mama gonna focus more on her child that's fucked up and broken more than her son or daughter that's already got her stuff together. They stuff together, right? Because the one that's broken needs more attention. So yeah, I'll be teasing y'all saying women love thugs and gangsters more, and it might appear that way, but I'll say that those women spend more attention, more time with thugs because they need more attention. They need more correction. Whereas the man that's already got his stuff together, yeah, she respect you, but you already put together, you fits. You gotta keep in mind, men not gonna have the tolerance and patience the way women do. That's why women is designed for daycares, teaching, and stuff like that. They got it takes a lot of patience to handle, especially like disruptive kids, people, the kids and stuff that's already broken. Men is just not designed with that type of patience, and it's gonna take a lot of forgiveness. Men, where it comes to us, we not forgiving the way a woman is. I don't care how many times you be telling your grandma, man, grandma, why the fuck you keep letting this nigga in your house? He a grown man now. Let him go out there, woo out the bam. Because like what Omni said, if you fuck up 2 or 3 times with him, he gonna cut you loose. It's hard for a woman to cut somebody that she loves loose.
No, it's not. Because you ain't coming the first time with me. I had a young male relative, got into it with his parents, and I was talking to his mom, and the first thing out my mouth was, "You know you can't come here, right? Because we was in the same city. You know you can't come here, right? Ain't no
Women cut
grown
you
ass
off
man
quicker
finna
than
come live with
anything,
me."
bro.
Well, I'm about to
No,
say, who lied to
but
you?
but here's the thing.
Like
Here's the
women
thing
will
with
cut
Supreme
you
Goddess
off.
though, right? Supreme Goddess never been in a position where she was caring for a kid like people. Supreme Goddess is the type of like she's the type. I got a cousin like her. She's the type to go out there and be partying. She, she like the type to go out there party, have fun, and do her thing. She never was like the mommy type of. I got a
Hey,
sister like
Prince, how do
that.
you know that? How do
I
you know
have
that?
I,
Have you?
I have
He don't.
conversations with
He
I have
don't.
So
conversations
you
with
He
Supreme
don't, but
doesn't.
you
Goddess.
don't know PhD's life, so you can't explain
Exactly.
her
No,
life.
but based on how she think and and the stuff that she say, you could damn near sum up of the type of personality that she has. She
Not
don't she
no.
don't she don't describe she do not I'm trying to say the word. She do not present the mothery type of female. She do
How
not.
can you tell based on just because she's
Uh,
on
based
a
on the
panel?
based on the based on this, like when she tell me certain instances, I'm not gonna bring up all her instances. Based on certain instances that happen in her life, where I have seen women hold it down and still be there. Where Supreme Goddess is like, fuck that. You know, so based
Just
on what she
because of
say, I know she's not the mothery type because you got to think. I personally believe like women that never had like children or never raised children, it's like they don't. Supreme Goddess got it in her, but she never was in a position where she had to utilize it.
And see, that's the
okay,
this is
that's
what
the
happens when you
problem.
talk
You
about
don't
people that you
know.
don't know. Right,
You
exactly.
don't know.
Right.
You have no general idea. You're just saying stuff based on what she says on the panel, and you never
Was
presented her
what
with
am I
a
was
situation.
Have you cared for
You,
people?
Jay,
Supreme Goddess.
Jay Prince. Do you know if I'm a mother or not? Do you know if I'm a mom or not?
No, you have to tell me, right?
Exactly. So, in order for you to know that I'm a mother or not, I have to tell you that I'm a mother or not. You don't
Right.
know if she's a mother or not.
Yes, I do. We have talks all the
I've said
time.
on the panels that I don't have children, but he
Yeah,
doesn't
if
know
you
if I've
don't know
had to take care of other
if
folks' children
any
before.
children or not, you don't know. You have no
Well,
idea
well, based on what she just said, let's just go off what she just said. That people ain't coming to her house, and all us men know
based on
women
that
in our
child's
lives. But no,
behavior.
listen. All of us men know there's a bunch of women in our lives where they not finna let their people stay on the streets. That's a fact.
Please, if you a badass kid, your ass is not gonna be in my house. Period. Point blank. It don't matter.
I would hear women fuss about it, but they is not finna kick no niggas out.
Welcome
Yes,
to
I
the
will kick
show.
your
I also
ass
want to
out.
welcome somebody brand new to the show. Welcome to the show, Glow Donato. How you feeling?
What's up? I will kick your ass out if your behavior is not sufficient and is not bringing peace to my house. Your ass gotta go. I don't care if you are my kid. If you are, I'm like, if you want to be disruptive, I'm gonna let your ass go. Be
Well,
disruptive
in my
outside.
life, I'm quite sure there's a lot of other men can vouch for me. In my life, I have seen women took in the most where a man would not. A woman is way more tolerant than a man is. Men don't have inch of much tolerate.
What?
If a man tell
What
you to
you
do
mean men
something,
don't
you
have
don't do it, you
tolerance?
gone.
No, men definitely have
Well,
tolerance.
Men
What do you
are
mean?
yeah,
No,
men
no, we
are.
do
Let me
not.
tell you something.
If a man tell you to do something, like Omni just said, he should have been gone the first time, but he gave him 2 more times.
No, that
Whereas
doesn't mean just
a
because
woman
no, hold
will.
on, JP. Just because a man standing on his words doesn't mean that he doesn't tolerate things. If I say I need you to do this and do that, and if you don't do this, it's going to be a consequence behind it. That doesn't mean that he's not tolerant.
And the consequences usually end up that third time where you got to go.
That doesn't mean that he's not tolerant. That means that he's standing on his words and principles.
Whereas a
Yeah,
woman,
I tolerate.
You getting those two things confused. Me standing on my words, you got to do this if you want to live under my roof. Doesn't mean that I'm not gonna that you just could do whatever you want. Being tolerable
Factual.
doesn't mean that you could just do whatever you want. And I'm supposed to accept it. That's not what tolerance is.
no, what I'm saying is, I don't know why y'all acting like y'all never met. Y'all don't know the difference between Big Mama and Granddaddy, or your daddy or your mama. Your mama gonna allow you in. The daddy is the one gonna say no. He got to get the fuck on. Where the mama gonna keep being nice. That's why you think
JP.
hold on, let me say this right quick. Why you think they got grown men still living with their mamas at 30, 40 years old? A
Because they
man,
think they can.
a granddaddy would
Hey,
never
Thank you for
allow
proving
that.
my point. This is my whole point, JP.
But
This is
hold
granddaddy
my
on
would have never
this is
before
my
y'all
allowed
move
that.
on.
point.
Before you move
This
on,
is my point.
Jalen, she sent the $20 ball. She
I
said, Jay
understand that prove
Prince.
your point,
She said,
Omni. I
Jay
said it was
Prince,
something
hold
deep.
on. With the $20 ball, Jay Prince, she said, Jalen says, you need to do one thing this year, and that is this.
The fuck up in 2024. Yo.
She hit you with 20 minutes. She said, no, enough is enough. I can't.
Y'all wow.
But he
Y'all
just
bugging.
articulated my point for me. He was talking about men in their middle age still staying at home with mama. You know why? Because they were denied the opportunity to fall, and as such, they never flew. That Jesus.
I mean,
Jesus.
you fall
So
1,000
so
times. I'm
again,
like,
we
man
often
fell in the Bible. It said a man falls 7 times. Like in order for you to walk, you fall. You gonna fall and bust your ass quite a few times before you're able to walk or even run. Like, okay, I'm done.
Ladies, when y'all complain on the internet, I just need ones in the chat. When y'all complain on the internet, is it about the type of niggas that just ain't trying? Because I think that's what the disconnect is between me and y'all. Honestly, is the niggas that ain't trying in life.
It's not that, Omni. It's the fact that we having these conversations and we speak about it in terms of rehabilitating broken people, which I do think there are redeemable qualities in a lot of people, right? Like I do believe that, but we got to be able to call a thing, right? And to have dysfunction in the community and deplorable and all that type of stuff, deplorable behavior in the community, and kind of justify that, we can't do that, fam. We got to start speaking from a position of healing and health for everybody, and it's not gender specific, right? So what men bring and what I didn't hear in the conversation, what I interpreted was that the man that's trying to bring structure and discipline is the one that's shunned or the one that's reviled, right?
Yes.
That discipline and structure, the key thing that you said, Omni, was that I'm trying to bring you to a point of self-sustainability. The conversation could stop right there. You understand what I'm saying? That's the end of the conversation. If you self-sustainable, that's a better community. That's a better family. That's a better functioning individual in our society. But we keep focusing and honing in and centering conversations around the broken among us. And I think that, that's cool. Listen, man, I'm finna drop down in a second, bro. I just think in 2024, man, the good folk got to speak up more, man. We got to speak up more. We got to bring more balance to the conversation. And it's not, to me, it's not necessarily about warring. It's just about having a balanced conversation. Like, I can see both sides of it, right? I do. I really do. I see some of what JP saying, and I understand his perspective because I'm very familiar with that mindset, right? But at some point, like I'll be 50 this year. I couldn't imagine being 50 and still holding on to certain principles and ideas or ideals that I shouldn't get past. Yeah, August.
You look good.
But I appreciate that. I drink plenty of water and stay out of other people's business.
Yeah, right.
But good folk got to start speaking up, fam. Good brothers. Y'all got to keep pushing the conversation to where we get to solutions. And I think one of the solutions that Sharon talked about early, I love how I pressed him on what's in his collection. I'm competing to get my library way past his. I want my library to rival John H. Johnson. Thousands of books. You understand what I'm saying?
That's how we compete. Yes.
Yeah, that's how I'm competing. Intellectual beings talk about the intellectual standard. That's what we competing on. Raising our intellect. And you ain't got to go to, necessarily go to school for that, right? Autodidactic. So I'm gonna go back on mute, fam. I'm on the way to spend this black dollar.
I'm gonna start gang banging on intellectual shit like Pookie. You know what I'm saying, nigga? What you know about the 48 laws of power, nigga? You don't know nothing about the 4 agreements, nigga.
Ooh. Shit, I was reading that book while y'all was talking, while you playing.
And I got those right there in the library, right behind me. And we are 3 minutes. We did not meet our quota, so you got 3 minutes to figure it out. But it seems like y'all do not want the conversation to move forward today. So it is all good. I still appreciate y'all. Love every last one. I think we had a great conversation nonetheless. Also, we do have the solution-based gang store. It is up and running. I'm waiting for YouTube to approve it of my thing. So this way, the link is dropped in, so you can go pick you up something, a hat, a shirt, a hoodie, a sweatshirt, and we're going to keep on adding things as we get better at my designs that I come up with my mind every single day. And we're going to keep building, but this is where the store is starting at. So if you can, at least go check a look at it. Hopefully put something in your cart, and you can pick it up sometime during this week. Anybody want to finish out their thoughts while we got 2 minutes left?
We can the ladies can go first. PhD, Vinay. I'm still high. I'm high as hell.
Go ahead, Nate.
But I was enjoying the conversation though.
Yo, I was too busy looking at the store. Goddamn, y'all caught me off guard.
Right, that's what I was just doing too.
look, I'm sitting here trying to say. I was like, ooh la la. Let me see what he got. I like to support Black people. I like to support Black people, but you know, we have some good nuggets going on here. See, these are the type of conversations we need to have. It shouldn't all go to hell every 5 freaking minutes. There's always got to be somebody that got to say something retarded. Like, come on now, let's have real, genuine conversations so we can get to know each other better, so we can have solutions and be able to navigate these internet streets, these YouTube streets. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I like the green one. I like the green one. I like the green one. It ain't better than the simp gods, but we got you. Oh, okay.
Because you know we represented our month. You know what I'm saying?
The Black History Month. Yeah, and you need to have like at least have at least a 5-minute snippet of you honoring somebody in Black history, because nobody has honored Black history. But it's Black History Month. I haven't heard no Madam C.J. Walker. I haven't heard about George Washington Carver. I haven't heard nothing about Black folk. Even if it's somebody in your family, talk about the success that they have as a Black person. Talk about your contracting. You as a Black man in these white competitive streets, and you get $200,000 checks and stuff like that to cash. Talk about some of that stuff. People would like to hear.
You know, Sharon, we headed into some warmer season. You might want to get some athleisure wear. You know what I'm saying? Some athletic gear as well. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the women.
Mixed wear, you know, you like crop tops and shit. You know what I'm saying? We like spandex. Of course, I'm like, even though some of y'all are insecure about us wearing spandex. I ain't gonna get into that. I'm just playing. What do you want, Cat? Jesus. But anyway, this was a good conversation. I love the conversation today. It's Valentine's Day. Spread the love, y'all. Spread the love.
What y'all know about that line right there? Y'all don't know nothing about that line right there. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. What y'all know about it? All right, so we have reached it.
That's fire. That's fire.
That's the Frank Wright. So you know, make sure y'all go pick up something. I appreciate y'all if you can, and if you do.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Nigga. So I will see y'all tomorrow.
Bye.
Same channel, same time. Before we go, I gotta also acknowledge the super chats as well. So
About to be a situation.
shout out to MJ, the last time. She says, good day to SBG and Valentine's Day to my sim god. I said it the same way how she wrote it too. Yep. It's a thin line between complacency and trying to evolve. Great point as well. That's why we can't give too many chances. Shout out to KB, MJ the Last Sniper, everybody that contributed, Easy Money Jones, Jay Lynn, all the solution-based games as we deal in nothing but the truth. So help me God for 2024 and beyond. Shout out to all the panelists that came through and showed me some love. Thank y'all. I will see y'all mañana. Or maybe even later on tonight. I don't know. Maybe.